Hey guys, gonna let something play real quick. I'll be right back. Hmm. Let me see. Where's that? Pause that. Sorry, you guys. Let me pause this. I'll be back. I'll find my other glasses. Mhm. I'll be right back. I'm coming, guys. I'm on my way. Sorry. Hello, happy Friday. Woo woo, TGIF. It's raining cats and dogs here. The bottom fell out just a few minutes ago. I ain't got my glasses on, so I can't see. But I do see JR. I have a nephew named JR. He is a extraditer for the Volusia County Sheriff's Department. I think that's the county he still works in. Anyway, in Florida. Is that Carla and friends? Hey, babe, how are you? I was gonna come after I had a phone call yesterday, and I was gonna come in your chat yesterday, Carla, but I got another phone call, and anyway, I got busy. I cleaned yesterday. My husband wears a CPAP, so I took his hose outside and well, I cleaned it, and then I put it outside, let it dry. I cleaned his whole CPAP real good, changed the filters and all that. Changed the sheets on my bed. Uh, Swept, mopped, vacuumed. Stop, Rami. My cat's name is Thomas the Ramus. His name is Thomas, but we call him all kinds of nicknames. Thomas the Ramus, and he's a little turd head. I call him all kinds of things. Okay, let's see. Okay, hello, 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 Jr. Brandy, Winky Whispers. Hey, babe. Oh, let me go back up here. Um, I hate peas. I love peas. I love butter beans too, but I used to not like peas. But whenever you get older, your taste change, and I wish mine hadn't because I eat a lot of crap now that I used to wouldn't have eat when I was younger a lot. Scarlet Poppyfield, Miss Elizabeth Ballinger, how are you? Mystic Magnolias, hey sweetie pie, Brandy J. Hope you guys are doing good. Yeah, I'm gonna do something, and this live is kind of gonna be borderline questionable, I think, because of the content. um, I don't subscribe to Justice Daddy Booty Boy, Spanky, the spokesperson for Maybelline. I don't subscribe to him. Justice for all, whatever. But some reason it popped up in my newsfeed this morning. Um, and I saw where it said something about tribute for Mama Golightly or update or something. And I was like, oh gosh, because I just was watching Marissa and Princess last night and talk about, they were going up there and giving like a little update. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I watched, and as I'm watching, and it was like lots of pictures of Marissa and her mom and a bunch of other people. As I was watching, I especially after the picture part, the tribute, Justin embarked some of his words of wisdom on us, and just what he thought we all should do in this, absolute. I'm not discounting moment of grief, tragedy in Marissa's life. I'm not discounting that and saying or taking anything from that. And let me just preface this by saying, if any of you guys think that what I'm doing is tasteless or not classy, this little video that I'm doing, please, I you know, suggest that you go to my last video from a couple days ago and watch it in its entirety. And I think that will hopefully soften your whatever ideas you may have that I'm actually doing a video about Marissa when her mother is actively dying. Um, so, you know, watch my video from the other night. Hopefully that will, you know, share with you who I, truly am at heart or whatever. But anywho, um, I did think about whether with her going, what's going on in her life and stuff, if I should do this video. And there wasn't a thought that come in my mind that told me I shouldn't. There wasn't an incident that I could think of that you know would talk me out of it. She has, and just recently, you guys, this is her vileness has been on showcase for as long as she's been on platform, but it's been out there for all of us to see, and uh, especially. Now, let me just say this about the House of Williams. This is the last friendship, the latest friendship that she's had that's ended. Um, Let me just say this: the House of Williams, Mallory and I, we're not friends anymore. I have mutual respect for her. I have warm feelings in my heart, and for the friendship that we had, the time that we had it, and don't wish any harm on her or sorry, I got some tasty. No harm on her or no bad. I want nothing but good things to come for her. But the way that she has been talked about and the way she's been done, and I have to say, the high road that she has taken, huh? I don't think that I could have sustained the high road like she has with what Marissa has been said about her, and then this Gina Diamond. I don't know. The things that I mean, listen, you guys, the stuff that I have heard her say doesn't matter if it's the truth. It's shit that you don't get on a platform and repeat about another human being, much less another woman, much less someone that you were, as you would say, broke bread with, had in your home, and called a friend. You don't say things whether it be true or not. There's some things in life that you just have to say to yourself, or to, you don't go on public platform and freaking repeat and say about somebody. And someone claiming to be everyone's favorite life roach, she says coach, but I like to say roach. Someone that proclaims and stands on that high horse and beats that drum every day should know that this isn't. I shouldn't be having to impart my words of wisdom on that bitch. This is something that she should know. And if she didn't know that already, when she paid all that enormous amount of money to go and be VIP for Jay Shetty, the guy that she just holds in such high regards, hell, he should have freaking uh let her know that. I mean, this is stuff that you learn when you're being brought up from a little girl. When you're being raised, hopefully this is things that you're instilled with: integrity, morals, how to act, how not to talk about people and shit like that. She is the ultimate bully. You know what I mean? Sorry, I just think that she is. So when I see a video where Mama Go Lightly, God rest her, I hope, you know, mm, peace, prayers, and love for you, my dear. And I have her booty boy, which, isn't so Maybelline himself, when I'm fixing to show you how he actually talks about people and treats people. He is truly, you guys, Jekyll and Hyde. He truly is someone that, I gotta give it. Sloppy Molly, 90% of the time, she's showing you who she is. There's only a 10% time that she's prim and proper and she acts like she's all that. She usually is vile and disgusting every day that she's on her platform. Justice for All wants people to think that he's this low speaking, slow speaking, you know, good person. Well, I'm going to show you guys a little video that was created by a very dear friend of mine by the name of Jeff and created for me and sent to me of just how he really is. Because he is a snake, he's sneaky deaky, what I like to say. Let's see what's going on here in the comments. Sorry, you guys. I find that if I, just go on about my message, that I generally do better because if I see these comments and stuff, I get off on don't even finish my sentences. But anywho, it's all good. I think you all know me enough. Sage Dessert, Desert Mama, hello, welcome, baby doll. Hey, Forgotten Whispers, how are you? I hope you guys are having a good Friday. It's a rainy day here. Um, yeah, absolutely, Brandy J. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Which version? That's about. Hey, Life Rewinded. You can. Oh, okay, okay. Mo knows best. Okay, so I have to say about the Irish dinner. Is that corned beef and hash? I'm not. If that's what, isn't that some of? I don't like corned beef. I, but it's a preference taste for me. But I know my ex says it's not. Hey, Ginger likes mom. It's not the corned beef. I don't think that I don't like. It's the dang seasoning. Those ugh. I'm gonna tell you. We used to play when I lived up north. We used to play this thing called Eat Uno. We played lots of games, but Eat Uno. And if you lost a hand in Eat Uno, oh shoot, I drank through. You had to take a huge teaspoon, like a humped over, like full teaspoon full of whatever spice out of the spice cabinet, anything out of the spice cabinet that your friends decided. So, let me just tell you something. Ain't nothing no better than some vanilla Coke. So, I pretty good at Uno. Uh, so I didn't have to eat a whole lot. But anyway, one night I wasn't on my game and I had to eat, oh my gosh, a big tablespoon of ground clove. I don't suggest that any of you guys try it, but let me just tell you, don't. OMG. First of all, just when I put the spoon in my mouth and just like getting it up there, I like breathing it. Oh my gosh, it is so overpowering. And listen, my girlfriend at the time, we okay, without giving away where I lived or anything, we could go into Wyoming and buy clove cigarettes. Like they may sell them in all the states now. I don't know. At the time, they didn't sell it in the state I lived in, so we would have to go into another state. And I don't smoke, but she did, and I loved when she would smoke those cloves. I loved the way it smelled. I just like would sit downwind from her and everything. I loved the way they smelled. Hmm. I can't even stand the way it smells now. I've never liked nutmeg, but let me just tell you something. When you eat freaking well, first of all, I didn't taste anything but cloves for a couple weeks. It burned my damn taste buds. When I tell you guys, it scorched my, ooh, lordy, lordy. I threw up, and not, because it was so bad, you guys. It was so bad. I had no idea, no idea. So anything like that. So I don't know that corned beef has clove. I'm not saying it has clove, but the packet I've made it a couple times for one of my ex-husbands. He liked corned beef, so I would make it for him. But when I remember it having like lots of the round ball, all kinds of seasonings. I don't know. So anyway, I'm not real into fragrant seasonings and stuff. So anywho, that's my story on corned beef. I'm gonna see if I can set my laptop up a little bit. I don't know where my stand is at, but let's see if this is better. Mo better. Oh, okay. So, boy, did I get off on off on a tangent, huh? Okay, let's see. And a little taste of aroma. Yep, yep. Humble pie, baby. Humble pie does us all. Whether you like humble pie or not, I think we all should have a slice or two, and not just once in your life. I think we all need a taste of humble pie every year or so, just to keep you on track. Nothing wrong with self growth and trying to be better. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah. It. hmm, Okay, I had a little pep talk with myself before I went live about the things I didn't want to say. I'm going to say this. I'm not going to say that. I may before I get off, but I'm going to hold that to myself because that's kind of not real nice. And my nose is still running from COVID from over a month ago. Okay, let's see. H. Davis. Hey, baby doll. I hadn't seen you in a while. Mary Reed. How are you? Rambling Wrong. I hope you're doing good. Okay, I'm not a fan of MGL, and I'm just gonna say woman care about her mom. Absolutely, I do care about her mother suffering too. Godspeed to her. I hope that I hope her transition is peaceful, and I hope that her loved ones are there greeting her with open arms, as I'm sure they are. There's one thing whenever I don't know if you guys may be into this, may not be into this. I used to wouldn't watch stuff like this, but there's a nurse that I watch. She's a hospice nurse, and she talks about people that are actively dying, actively living, and she kind of like, you know, talks about the myths about, and just really very, very educational. Let me see if I can. I don't know. I'll put the description down in my chat. Her name is, I don't know what, she's on TikTok. You guys may have seen her. I love, but she, let me see, hospice nurse. See if I can pull it up real quick. Julie, hospice nurse Julie. She has other content also, but she's very educational. And I've heard this, what I'm fixing to tell you guys, on her channel too. But whenever my dad was passing away, they give you books and stuff like that to tell you how to like deal with, the losing someone close to you. Yada, yada. Well, one of the in there was a section about, gosh, and I didn't smoke the left-handed cigarette today. So what the heck was I fixing to tell you guys? About whenever you before you pass or whatever, seeing other ones that have already passed. And yeah, I look, whether you believe in this stuff or not, I choose to believe because it brings me comfort, and uh makes my feel goods dance. So I choose to believe this. So you can absolutely entitled to your own beliefs. But I'm going to share with you what my experience in it was. Uh my niece we were so fortunate and lucky not to have any like really tragedies and I say within my family. I don't mean grandparents and elderly people that, I meant like sudden deaths, accidents and stuff like that. That's something you're not. We were so fortunate, not to have that in our immediate family. But my sister's daughter was killed in a automobile accident. She was a traveling nurse. She had been a traveling nurse for many years, and she had just moved home and was getting ready to build. Um, and had been home just a couple of weeks before she had this accident. And the crazy part was her and my sister. Uh, okay, here I'm gonna get off on a little story real quick, you guys. So bear with me. You might be here for another reason for my title, but I'm gonna have to go off on this. So my sister, where we live up there in the south here in the country, uh, going to Walmart is like from where my sister lives, probably a 30-minute, maybe a 30-minute as a crow flies. Who but it's small roads, country roads to get to it. If you go a bigger, more traveled road, it probably takes you a little less time to get there. But most people don't go those roads. They go the little back country roads. Hey, babe. Okay. Oh, so anywho, my sister and her was supposed to go to Walmart uh, that day and go buy some. My sister wanted to get her flower garden ready and stuff like that, spring flowers and stuff. And my niece was, getting ready to embark on having a place of her own and had not really gardened or anything. So was looking forward to getting into that and her mom teaching her. So, and my mom and my sister have two green thumbs, you know what I mean? My sister stole mine. But anyway, uh, so they were supposed to go to Walmart and go buy, pot and soil and flowers. Well, about 30 minutes before they got ready to leave, my sister's daughter, her girlfriend called her, and she was actually going to be in the town that the Walmart was in also, but she was picking some furniture out, and she wanted my niece to help her pick whatever the furniture out. And my niece said, "Yeah, I'll come. I'll come by the furniture store or whatever." And my sister told her, "Just go on. I'll meet you over there, and you go on and do that. I need to finish a few things here. You go on and go there." So they did, and my sister gets to Walmart and my niece never shows up. And she calls her and didn't get it. My sister didn't think anything about it. She said, "I just went ahead and got what I needed and left and was coming home." So she was on her way home. And okay, so my niece was a big kid. She never had not been married, didn't have kids, but she was a big kid at heart. And like her niece, her sister, there was not my sister that I'm talking about. She only had two daughters. The one that passed away was older, and the other one was the youngest one was married and was pregnant with her first child. So my niece that passed away was fixing to be an aunt for the first time. But in the family, she was the one that all the little kids gravitated to. You know what I mean? She was funny. She was, you know, joke one that would go out in the yard and throw a ball with you. You know what I mean? And get together. So she was the one. So she loved children, and anywho, she didn't have any. So um, she had just bought whenever she come home. She bought her because she was a travel nurse. So the vehicle that she had prior to this was just an old beater, because she wasn't home very much. So she went and bought her a new truck. It was a some Chevy truck. I don't know. I don't know about stuff like that. And she had gotten at the time, this is going to date me. Powerpuff Girls was like a big deal. So they sell these seat belt. They go over your seat belt. They're padded or whatever. Anyway, so she had gotten her when she got her new truck. She had went and got these Powerpuff um, seatbelt covers. Okay, so you looked her. My cat is so dang fine. I love him. So anyway, my sister's coming back, and the little road she wasn't, 2 miles from her home. The little road that she was on was, she said that come to a stop, because it was hardly barely enough room for two vehicles to pass each other. Usually, in some spots, you had to kind of like pull over and let the other person pass or whatever. That's how small a road I'm talking about. So she was coming home, and she said she had to come to a stop because there was a car in front of her. Well, then she noticed around a car there was a bunch of cars. Well, so she was sitting in traffic, sitting there for quite a while, and she was able to inch a little closer, inch a little closer. Well, when she got I'm just going to speak. Hey, Christina Logan. I'm looking to see if there's somebody in here I hadn't spoken to. Huck, hello, welcome. I spoke to Elizabeth. Shell, hey, babe, how are you? Money moves. Hey, babe. I'm not drinking any sweet tea, my dear, but I got a vanilla Coke. Anyway, I'm just wanting to speak to everybody. So she, the closer she got, Christina Logan. I don't know if I spoke to you yet, but hey, babe. So she got closer, and she could see there was a wreck, and that's the reason she couldn't get past. So she said, "Cassandra, hey babe, welcome, happy Friday." So she Safari Dream, Tupelo Honey, CJ, Freedom Builder, love that name. I don't know what pickle and spice is. Oh, pickle and spice, yes, that's what's in. Okay, corned beef, okay, squirrel. But anyway, when she got closer, she said that she could see a truck that was overturned, and she, told me, "Hey, Christy," she told me later on, "Bestie," she tells me later on, Susan Livingston, "Hey, sweet lady," she says, I wasn't even sure of what color. I didn't recognize the vehicle as being Helena, which was her daughter. She says I didn't recognize the color of the vehicle, but hey, Brenda, being that, and if I missed you guys, I'm sorry. Hello and happy Friday, Michelle the Bell. So she was able to get a little closer, and she noticed that she saw the Powerpuff Girl thing. So she jumps out of her vehicle, and she said there was 4 or 5 vehicles in front of her. So she, starts walking up to the accident. Well, they had called my brother-in-law worked at the time for the power company, and whenever you live in an area like this, most people, everybody knows everybody, and if they don't know, they know something, they know somebody that so word had already gotten out, and my brother-in-law, her dad, had been alerted. It was on his way, but there wasn't but like one officer on at the place yet, and the um, I don't know, you guys, what they. Oh, it wasn't an ambulance there to transport the body. There wasn't an ambulance there. So when my sister gets up there, somebody recognized it. Oh my God, that's her mother. Because people that was, working the scene or whatever knew who she was at this point, all that. But they saw my sister and they knew that was my, the mother. And so they told one of the officers, and he said, ma'am, I'm sorry, this is an accident. You can't, we're at the scene. And she's like, and so she said, I just kept, he, put his hand out. She walked into his hand and she said, I just kept like pointing. And she said, I think that's my daughter's truck. I think that's my daughter's truck. And anyway, whenever it become clear that that was her daughter's truck, she, freaks out, and she's like, "Where's my daughter? What hospital did y'all take her to?" Well, you guys, they knew that wasn't the hospital she was going to, but I got to tell you what I found out later on. So they had just within 2 minutes, they said, picked her body up. She got flung out of the vehicle, and had put her in the back of someone's pickup truck. They had like laid her in the back of a pickup truck, waiting on the ambulance or whatever come to get. I mean, so luckily my sister didn't see her, but they knew they didn't want her to go any further because the pickup truck apparently they had loaded my niece in was like right there. So anyway, I don't know. I can't remember what the details were, but I don't remember why I got off on telling you guys this, but it'll come to me. But anywho, I was talking about tragedies and stuff in our immediate family. So that was the first that I can remember, other than being a grandparent that was sick and you expected to pass away. That was like the first tragedy in my family, and um, it was very hard. So I don't make light of anybody that has any kind of situation like Marissa does going on at the time. I absolutely, my heart goes out to her family and her, and well wishes, but um I just, you know what she's going through right now has not been a surprise to anyone or to her. I think everybody kind of knew this was coming, and you hope for the best and prepare for the worst, hopefully, you know what I mean. But that hasn't hindered good old sloppy Molly from being who she truly authentically is, and that is a vile piece of shit. Sorry, not sorry. But and I'm not gonna, look, she gets no excuse. There's no excuse. Some people may say that what she's going through right now may be the reason that she has reacted to the House of Williams the way she has. Let's just let me play the devil's advocate for a moment, and let me just say, yeah, that would absolutely be a reason. What she's going through right now would absolutely be a reason to act out of your normal self and to be, let's just say, a piece of shit, and I absolutely, if she normally wasn't, hey, T, the exposure arena, in case you guys know, when I say T, that's who I'm referring to. And I absolutely get that there's some people that would react like that. They're going through something tough. You know, may not be losing a parent, but you've got something major going on in your life, and it causes you to act out of your normal self. Absolutely, that would happen. But, you know, that's not the case with the individual that I'm fixing to speak of. That's not the case. This bitch is like this most of the time. So this going on with her mother would, I would like to say and be confident on these numbers. I would say 98% of the time, going through what she's going through with her mother would make her more kind, less combative, less vile than what she was to the House of Williams the other day. If I was going through that, the last thing I would think about would be getting on my public platform and trying to humiliate someone that she called a friend. Humiliate, call out of her name, be a bigot, trans bash. That would be the last thing that I would think about doing when my mother was actively dying. Okay? Even if even if I felt like I needed to say something, going where she went would have been the last freaking thing I would have done. Yeah, there's no compassion. There's no compassion. You're right, Brenda. Shouldn't expect more. Curious, how are you? Plus, this is not the first time I heard Mallory. Nope, you're right. It's not the first time, but I do think it would probably be the last money moves. Money moves. Hey, Briggs Girl 09, how are you? Commander into Turkey. Hey, babe. No, no compassion, babe. No compassion. uh Mo said that. Mo knows best. So Dama Cutter, she will only be kinder for about a week. And that, yeah, you're right, babe. And that's even if it's money moves. Oh my, that's all. Oh, thank you, doll. You're right. Miss Chardonnay, hey. Yeah, you're right. Maybe a week because whenever she did the Michelle, when she did the Jay Shetty seminar, I thought, okay, she'll be a good life roach for about a week. Shit, it didn't last a week. I saw her a couple of days after that, being the vile human being that she is. So, and also I want to say, hey, Lynn Levin Light. Let's see what. Oh, thank you so much. My husband had a mouthful to say about her BBC. Oh yeah, talk. See, I didn't hear that. I heard Princess and his BBC talk. I'm going to speaking of video. I'm doing right. Good, good. You should, girl. You should because Breege Gernon. Hello, doll. Welcome. Never seen you around, but welcome. Welcome to the jungle. Yeah, I would love because T, I had when she first started her BBC calls, I had done a video and spoke on that. And I talked about how I thought it was racist. She was talking about the do rags and fried chicken and Snoop Dogg. I think that's very racist. You know what I mean? I know her heart. You know what I mean? I watched her long enough to know her heart. So, but and I don't remember who it was, but I had a person of color come at me telling me that, it wasn't racist. It was funny and that, I made it racist. I beg to differ. I'm sorry, but I beg to differ. Because if I was a person of color and she, because listen, if she didn't mean it to be derogatory, she wouldn't try to change her voice and make herself sound different. Okay, while she's talking about fried chicken, watermelon, and do rags, I'm just going to say that. You know what I mean? She is vile. So yeah, yeah. Try that on somebody else. So I would love to hear. Was on Jenny Jen Jen's listening to her one night, and I don't remember who it was. I don't remember who, if it was about Michelle or what. You guys, I can't remember. But anyway, her name was Mo. The lady's name was Mo, and she come up, and I'm gonna tell you, woo, she took us to church, baby. Took us to church, and it may have been around about, I can't remember what the creator was, who it was. It may have been Sloppy Molly, it may have been Michelle. I'm not sure, but Mo took us to church, baby. She was a lady of color, and she spoke it. She spoke it. She did. She raised the roof. So I would love to hear it from a gentleman's point of view. And then when she would call these people up and have them live, you know what I mean? How freaking wrong is that? You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm going to play uh, a little bit of what got this live started. Okay, it won't. I'm gonna go to um, the spokesperson for Maybelline. Oh shoot! Bear with me, you guys. Let me put my glasses back on so I can. I gotta share my screen. That's not it. Okay, this is it. Okay. Okay, I won't have to find the spot, but I'm not gonna. You guys go watch it if you want to. The montage he played to Marissa's mother. It was beautiful pictures and stuff like that. But the part that got my self going is where I'm gonna try to start playing it at. So give me just a second. Okay, let's see.
Yes.
Hold on. So her mother is Catherine Kennedy. Is her real name in honor? She looks a lot like her daughter Dawn. I
Yeah.
think they favor, and Marissa may have actually favored her, but she's had so much plastic surgery she don't
Yeah,
look like him.
Marissa
You know,
go
just
live and to do this.
Okay. I don't remember that part, so just bear with me. I'm gonna speed him up, you guys. But good lordy, I spoke the other day that I can't stand listen him up real quick and listen because I can't. My brain don't go that fast. But I have to say, I have
Neither does it excuse your sunny days.
to speed him up. So I'm gonna try to find the spot.
Tell her to calm down.
I don't remember this part, so let's see.
I agree, Husky.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna.
Cancer is the biggest thing we see in hospice, but we see a lot.
Yeah, and
I'm
so
sure. I'm
supposedly
sure.
Spanky. I mean,
I'm sure Jake will go with her.
Maybelline
I am
a
so heartbroken for
spokesperson.
her.
Supposedly he
Thank
is,
you,
or he
Leslie.
may be. His husband is
Thank you,
a
Nosy.
doctor. I don't know what kind of doctor, but he volunteers for
Hey, can you
hospice. He
text me
said.
later, Nosy?
Okay, I'm gonna try to. I'm sorry, you guys. This isn't. As you can tell, I don't have a. I can't see chatting. I don't have
Yeah.
a
Yep.
video or anything playing prior to this because I'm not real organized.
Oh, it's in our food. It's on words to say.
Gosh,
Yeah,
let me see if I can see the time.
it is
Where we?
terrible. And let's pray
Okay,
that
6:28.
they find a cure,
Okay, okay. Let's see.
a caregiver, a hospice worker. Thank you.
No. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. So
Yeah. Yep. Oh, it's in our food. It's on
okay, maybe it was like.
stage 4 is,
Okay, yeah, okay, I remember that. So hold on, we're getting there.
but stage 4 is incurable.
Nice eyelashes, Justice Daddy. Are those fake or are those your born
And
eyelashes?
Marissa's broken right now.
I'm sure she is.
She's broken. So please don't
Okay, here we go.
you know, you can message her or do whatever with words of
Can you
kindness.
pause real quick? Can you guys hear? Let me go back to the screen. Can you guys hear everything? Oh, hey, okay. 50 Shades of Crazy. Hey, babe. Anyway, hey, Ginger Locks mom, if you're still in here, there's any issue, I can't see chat. If there's issues or anything with it, will you text me? If not, I'm just gonna go back to it and start playing because I can't see chat when I'm over here. Okay. Alrighty, let's see. All right, here we go.
Appreciation, prayers, love, but don't bother her with trivial stuff, please. And if she doesn't get back with you, it's nothing personal. Just know that.
I'm sure it's not anything personal. I mean,
Yeah, this is life. This is
yes,
life.
it is.
No idea, Jilly.
We all
No
gonna
idea.
go through it.
This is life. I
Thank you,
felt
Ginger Locks mom.
horrible
Hey,
for
the
her.
good
I
Gumby. Manifesting.
Lung cancer, stage 4 is pretty predictable. If you've any nurses out there, doctors, hospice workers, it has a pretty predictable path at stage 4, right? Lungs, spine, brain. You see it over and over.
Yeah, manifesting says that I saw Justice. I'm sorry, I got my tablet. I'm able to see chat there for a minute. I saw Justin's thing that he just wants to take care of MGL. I agree. When there's no defense, while she's been the last 3 days. That's right. She wasn't worried about her mom then. No, she wasn't. And manifesting, she wasn't worried. If I was Daddy Justice, I don't know that I would be so warrior grandma. Hello, babe. I don't know that I would be so quick to get on here and defend her, or even have the nerve to ask people to be kind to her after the way she's treated him. I mean, talked about his hair plugs the other day. She talks about his makeup all the time, talks about how tacky his home is. All of this done on a public platform to his face with tons of people in chat watching. Yes, yes, she did. So,
to say. Yeah, it is terrible. And let's pray that
Rizzo
they
mom,
find a
a
cure
wife. Sorry, no, not yet.
for
But
this
she,
horrible disease.
they were told this morning that the cancer had spread to her brain, and there was nothing else they can do. So they're just keeping her comfortable at this point, from what Daddy Justice said. Welcome, Kathy.
Yeah,
Jen.
this is her mom's name, Catherine. But we just call her Mommy Golightly.
And I'm gonna say this one more time. I said it earlier, more probably in case new people. This chat, I mean this live, I'm sure you guys is gonna be, I guess, a little bit controversial, and people's gonna look at it like, how dare I, when she's going through what she's going through right now with her mother, how dare I do a live, not, why not just give her peace and let her go through this. And okay, if we were talking about any other person, I would be the same way. And trust me, I thought long and hard about doing this live, but especially with it coming from him, I'm gonna play you guys a few videos. She hasn't had any mercy on anyone else going through similar situations, and she's actively been going. Her mother's been actively dying, and just as of one day ago, she was on her platform being a bigot, speaking vile of someone that I'm not friends with. But I don't have to be friends with someone to defend them. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And the way she has acted has been wrong. Because if I was going through what she's going through and my mother was actively dying, the last thing I would think about would be get on my platform and try to humiliate another person, another human being, and talk about them out of themselves, call them out of their name, call them out of, trans bash them, yada, it goes on. So anyway, if you do have a fun problem and think that I'm tacky for doing this, I beg of you to go to my last video from a couple days ago and watch it in its entirety. And I think hopefully you will share who I am. And yeah, so.
Yes, non-smokers get lung cancer too. It has a lot to do with genetics, to be quite honest with you. My father-in-law passed 2 years ago. He never smoked a cigarette in his life, and he never even tasted a sip of alcohol to his lips. Never tried it. Died of lung cancer. Thank you, Shelley. Yeah. Oh, it's in our food. It's on, everything we touch is chemically related now.
Philly
Everything.
girl, welcome. Anna, welcome.
Okay, roll the tide. I will. I'll ask her. I don't know if I'm sure Jake will go with her. I am so heartbroken.
I don't remember this part, so I may have missed
you,
what I
Leslie.
wanted you guys to hear, but we'll see.
Thank you, Nosy. Hey, can you text me later, Nosy? Do you have my number? Okay. I see you've always got the receipts.
Oh, there you go.
PO Box
Send her
674
gifts.
Hershey, PA.
Send her gifts. Okay, I'm just gonna say, we generally here in the South, we generally send sympathy cards and we cook food and take to the person's home or their family members. We don't have to buy them gifts. Are you freaking kidding me? I see you. And that's another one. She's special too. She's right up there with Daddy Justice and Sloppy Molly in my book. She's special. Yeah, send gifts. Are you freaking kidding me? People, get out of here. The fuck? Blonde, hello, Blondie.
Yep.
Carla Ray.
Absolutely. You can have emphysema, never smoked a day in your life.
Okay, I'm going to back it up. Sorry, you guys. I want to play the part where he said that got me a little fired up. And it wasn't major. It's just how dare he? When he said it, he had a very poignant look on his face.
Never the same again. Immense pain.
I'm sorry, you guys.
You don't escape life and death without pain.
Nope, you sure don't. We're all going to experience
losing a patient.
Okay.
Over. Do your thing. But I guarantee you, whenever any of our numbers come up, when we lose someone.
Okay, it's getting close to it. Hold on, guys. There's that
She won't talk about
poignant look.
your loved one if they're sick or anything. And I ask that
Okay, here we go.
you just give her the same thing.
Okay, here we go, guys. Okay.
And there are times you have to put your differences aside.
Oh, let me back just a little bit more. Hold on. You're right. Justice for all.
For the community. Be kind.
Be kind. Here we
That's
go.
it. Just be kind.
Hey,
Whether you think every single one of us.
Yep, we do, buddy.
We have to take to God. We take everything to God. None of us get out of this world without suffering, without loss, without heartache.
You're right, buddy.
And there are times you have to put your differences aside and be
there is.
good to one another.
Yeah, good to one another. Is that what you would call that she was doing to the House of Williams when she was calling her a see you next Tuesday, when she said that she smelled and that she needed a bathe, that she smelled like a barn? Is that what you would call that, Justice? Huh? You got some nerve, buddy.
And that's all I ask, is just give her a moment. That's it.
We're going to. That's it.
Marissa's not perfect. I'll be the first to tell you that.
Woo! Hello, y'all write that down. What today is 3/17 at 2023, 2:50 my time. He said Marissa's not perfect. No shit, Sherlock. I freaking could have told you that. Fucking.
But she is a giving person.
Oh, she's giving. Oh, yeah, she loves to give, you guys. She loves to give her knowledge to people. She loves to embark her freaking words of wisdom on people. Her demented way. Oh, yeah, she's very giving. She will give it to you and then throw it in your damn face the next breath. And, oh, yeah, she's a very giving person. Look what she did to her son. She bought him a car, and because he won't wear his hair the way she wants him to wear it, and he would have the nerve to ask to let his hair grow out. And her mother's died, and he would bring this to her. Talk about a haircut while she's in the midst of losing her mother. How dare you, Jake? I'm going to take your car and sell it, bitch. Yeah, she's
help you out. She won't talk about your loved one sick or anything. And I ask that you just give
liar. You liar.
For the same thing.
Sissy 2448. Hey, babe.
There's no point in giving so much energy.
Really, you say?
Of hate or whatever.
Now you guys write this down. Make sure you listen to this.
Ever. Because we're all, if you haven't lost a loved one, a very close loved one yet, count it as a blessing.
Absolutely. Now that is for sure true.
And if you have lost a loved one that's very close, you understand. And so I just ask for the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Okay. Do unto others as you would have. Let me play you guys a little something. I'm going to go back to, I'm going to play you guys a little something. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Okay. Let's see. Bear with me. I'm doing something a little different on this one video file. That's what I'm looking for. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. This is Daddy Justice talking about me.
Snuggle with a $60-year-old wonton with a 60-year-old Arby sandwich.
Talking about my private
60-year-old snuggle with a perm. A 60-year-old wonton with a perm. A 60-year-old kazoo.
She gave you.
Okay, hold on, you guys. I want to try to slow this down. Have I added it to the stream yet? Oh yeah, I did. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try to. I don't know if I can slow this down. This is a video. Let's see. I don't know if I can slow this down, you guys. It is going a little fast. Oh, maybe this does it. Nope, that's not it. Okay, I may not be able to slow it down, so I apologize. Hopefully, you guys will be able to hear it.
She got her shit on it, and it looked like a zoo. 60-year-old Aggie sandwich with a Shar-Pei sitting on it with me. 60-year-old Shih Tzu.
Gosh, that's driving me crazy. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find something to slow that down. Yeah. So, I'm not gonna be able to. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and play it, you guys.
On it, and it looked like a zoo. Old as a Chrysler station wagon. Did you say? Is this pictures of the grandma's hoo-ha you're sending to your lawyer for the abuse that it's taken? It looks like salmon with a perm teeth. Looks like a 60-year-old Kawasaki with a crank start. Looks like a 60-year-old pterodactyl with claws. Looks like a 60-year-old William Hung from American Idol.
Petey, what she's talking about is we had met up in Dallas. She, I, and two friends of ours. Hey, Proof in the Pudding. And we had met up in Dallas, and I had actually had a cousin that was she wanted a pug, and she had some pug puppies that was she was getting from her. So we met up, and these other two people that we met up with are lesbians, and they were wanting to get married. So I got ordained and to perform this was during COVID, coming on the end of COVID when we were being on the shutdown. So I had gotten ordained and was going to, perform the ceremony. She wanted Marissa because this other girl, two tacos and an enchilada, she is in love with Marissa. So I told Marissa, why don't you get, ordained so you can do it, because she would, mean more if you did it, yada yada. So when we were there for 2 nights, 3 days. I take Adderall, been on Adderall for over 25 years. So we were drinking apart, and I asked the wife, the other girl, if we were talking, they were sharing their Xanax with Sloppy Molly, and we were drinking, and so anyway, I said, "Do you want an Adderall?" The girl said, "Yeah." So I gave her an Adderall. So that's what they were talking about in the beginning. But they're talking about Petey. They're talking about my snatch.
Drove me. All right.
Looks like a 60-year-old Arby's meat curtain.
That's my
Looks like a
snatch.
60-year-old fur burger.
Well,
Yet she's got her 60-year-old pie corner sticking out.
Okay, now you guys, supposedly there's pictures that they're referencing of my snatch, my bush, as they like to talk about. And it sounds to me, she says that she never showed them to anyone, but he sounds like he has seen a picture the way he's describing my snatch. Wouldn't you say?
And her pool of moisture yoni that she's trying to talk about.
Want to know something? Yeah.
Her 60-year-old play again with camel toe.
They had
Stop lying about her Benzino.
And let me make this other person famous also. This is called Love and Scorpio. She was as vile and stupid as these two other imbeciles up here.
She's lying about her Benzino. Stop lying about her tunnel of love.
You know what?
Yes. And then she's sending pictures of her fudge box and her doing something to someone. Keep your cookies in order, people. Nobody wants to see her penis flytrap. She tried to show two tacos, her pink taco. Barnyard was showing her rooster jaws. 60-year-old French weather pear. This is too much whisker biscuits for me. Welcome to Tuna Town, guys. 60-year-old conch shell. Her 60-year-old Uni. Nobody wants to hear about her petticoat junction. Look like a 64 two-door beat-up Thunderbird. Red Eagle showing her lady toupee. Rose with thatched cottage. 60-year-old Putane. 60-year-old goop shoot. 60-year-old hot pocket with a bad burn. You can't deny this is your panty hamster. This is your panty hamster. Of her sausage wallet. Nobody wants to see her sausage wallet. 60-year-old mule nose. She wants everyone to show
So, of course, it wasn't played out like this, you guys, in the actual video. I had a very dear, sweet friend of mine compose. This was all said, though. What he's saying was all said in the same live. He was just kind enough, Buffalo Jill. He was just condensed it into a video clip for me, and I appreciate it. So that's what I'm playing there. I'm gonna remove that. So let's go back. So let's see. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go back to this real quick. Oh, that's where it's at. Okay.
when this is over, do your
So what
thing.
did he say?
So I was asking,
The golden rule.
do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Do unto how does it feel? Justice for all. Do unto others as you will have them do unto you. Hmm. How does it feel, big boy, to have your words coming back in your face? Okay. So
When
I'll
this is
finish on
over,
that one.
do your thing.
Do your thing.
But I guarantee you,
Mm-hmm. What?
whenever any of our numbers come up,
Mm-hmm.
when we lose someone, Marissa won't be there
Hmm.
talking about your loved one
Hmm.
other than saying leave them alone.
Okay. I'm not talking about our loved one in a negative or derogatory. Absolutely not. Uh, by the way, he needs a pair of gold hoops, don't you think, with that outfit? Anyway, I'm not doing that, and we all are going to have times like this in our life.
I've seen it time and time again with her.
Seen it time and time again with her. Okay,
And when
that's not what she
your
said to Dre McCray.
biggest enemy on
Okay.
YouTube, which I don't really understand, to be quite honest with you, because you don't really know them and they don't really know you. Excuse me. But don't waste your energy on bad energy. It's not worth it. Your life is too
Okay.
valuable.
Well, I didn't
Everyone's.
have nothing to do today.
The people that I love on here and the people that I don't like. Your life is too valuable. Don't waste your time. That's
No.
it.
Okay. That's it. Don't waste your time. Okay.
Losing a parent.
Okay. He's just imparting, you guys, he's just imparting some more words of wisdom there for us. So, let me see. I've got another little clip I want you guys to hear. Uh, oops, hold on. Now, this what I'm fixing to play, you guys. This is a lady that her children were abused, and I think by their birth father, and I mean abused. Okay, very badly. This is who she's talking about. Their mother. Oh, she's talking about her mother. How I did not know that. Okay. Oh, it's hard to hear. Hold on. So you guys can't hear it? Hold on. Oh crap. You guys, I'm sorry. Let me go back. Shit, I didn't. Okay. Duh. All right, here we go, babe. Sorry. Thank you.
Fucking dare you? The way I fucking did for you, and you fucking white trash
Can
bitch
y'all hear
fucking
it?
cunt made fucking Christmas wish list with fucking Diane and me and my mother who's on fucking Social Security, my Patreons, my husband fulfilled everything on that fucking wish list. And you want to know what this fucking bitch did? Now I'm gonna fucking pin you down, you fucking white trash cunt, you fucking bitch. I spent fucking hundreds and hundreds. I went over to fucking Gap.com. I went over to Gap.com.
And you guys, this is what I'm talking about. She is giving. She is giving. But when I give for somebody and I do something for someone, this she's talking about she fulfilled a Christmas wish list for this woman's this woman's children that they're waiting on the court date to come up, if I'm not mistaken, that they had been sexually and physically abused by their father really bad. And she fulfilled their Christmas gift list. The lady didn't ask her to. She took it upon herself. She reached out to the person that had the Christmas list and said, I want to do the whole list. I don't want to share the list with anyone. I want to be responsible for doing it myself. And then she asked her Patreons, her mother and her husband, to help her fulfill the list. So supposedly why she's so upset is there was a couple things on the list, that the girls list, that wasn't in stock. So when Sloppy Molly purchased a couple of items, it wasn't in stock, or they didn't have the right size. So they sent a credit or an email to Sloppy Molly saying that, I guess, it wasn't whatever. She interpreted that Potty Mouth Mom received those gifts, and that they took the gifts back to try to get the money instead of, which was not true.
It's at Amazon.com. And you know what I fucking did? I ordered her fucking kids. Not for her. I ordered this bitch nothing. I did it for her kids. Because she came on here saying that her kids were molested by their own father. She sent me photos. She sent me news clippings. She sent me a marriage certificate to claim she wanted it to be fucking known, that little white trash bitch. How dare you? How fucking dare you?
Boy. Woo.
I called up Tiffany Marie.
This is
before my birthday.
Okay, let me just say this. Tiffany Marie was her loyal confidant at the time that she bought her a $500 pair of, some kind of Louis Vuitton, some kind of sunglasses. And they're no longer friends, you guys. It didn't last a year, but that's who she's talking about here. And this is when she does something for you, this is how she acts, and this is what she does. When I give, I do it from the heart, and I don't ever do it with the intention or the thought in the back of my mind thinking that maybe one day I can use this against this person and throw it up in their face. I would never do that.
I said, I gotta tell you something. I know, I didn't. I said, no, I didn't say I have to tell you something. Adrian! Please come here. My husband went on.
Okay, so as a true liar does, you know what I mean? I'm gonna quit playing because I think we all get. As a true liar, there's something about Sloppy Molly. There's two ways you can tell she's lying. Two ways. Her mouth is moving, and the second way is she always wants someone to validate what she's saying, whether it be the chat, her husband, or she wants that validation. Do you remember? Do you remember? Adrian, come here. She always has to have validation. Well, if you're telling the damn truth and you're known for being a truth teller, bitch, people that you're talking to don't expect you to have to validate every damn thing you say. Okay? Because personally, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Until you show me otherwise, I'm going to think that what you're telling me is the damn truth. I'm not going to need you to validate it. Just saying. And the other way, like I said, is her mouth is moving. So, yeah. Anyway, the rest of the video, there's several clips of it around here. You can go on there and you can Google Potty Mouth Mama and Sloppy Molly or Molly Golightly, and you'll be able to find the rest of that. But she is triggered, and she has no reason to be triggered. The reason she was mad didn't even happen. Just like supposedly the reason she went at me about the naked photos in my bush was because someone come in her chat and told her that I had been talking about her son Jake in a negative or derogatory. Didn't happen. Wouldn't do it. Not who I am. Don't roll like that. Okay. I don't talk about people's children. I know Jake somewhat. I bought him. I've been good to him. I think he's a fine young man. Even if I did think that he wasn't, this would be the last place you would ever hear me saying that. Okay, let's just get that fact straight. I would never talk about her son or anyone else's kid. Don't do that. So, but because someone, and it could have been very well been a plant that bitch had somebody come in her chat because she wanted to do what she did. She had somebody come in her chat and type that Barnyard, which is my screen name at the time, was talking shit about her son. And She read it and it would come like Psalms 12:13. It was the gospel. Okay. So she took that, called up these lesbians, that we were in Dallas with, and proceeded to try to ruin me for the next week, humiliate me and slander me. Yes, she did. And the video I showed earlier was Justice for All, being her good friend and confidant. I'm going to tell you the kind of friend I am. If my friend was doing what she was doing to someone else, I would be on the phone with them, or however, calling them down, talking them off the ledge, and telling them, you don't want to do this. You're going to regret this. Don't do this. This is not good. I wouldn't let a friend of mine get up on a panel and talk about another human being, much less a woman, like she did me and so many others. That's not the kind of friend and so just know, if we are friends and I consider all you my friends, and I have a way of getting in touch with you, and you're pulling some shit like she pulls, just know that I'm going to be there making you accountable for it. I'm not going to sit back and add to it, throw my 2 cents in. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. You're going to know, and I'm going to try not to do it publicly. Okay. I'm going to try to get you off the ledge without other people seeing it. But if that doesn't work, you will get it publicly. But that's the kind of friend I am. I wouldn't get up there and talk about a woman. Now here he is. Here he is, you guys, a gay man that as well as I know has been judged, has not had life as easy as a heterosexual person. You know what I mean? It is what it is. His life has been difficult in those areas. It is what it is. Just as Mallory House of Williams' life has not been easy. She's a transgender woman. So just that he's already experienced a lot of judgment and stuff. He's gonna get up there and talk about a woman's snatch and the way he was talking about mine. The derogatory. Can you believe that? I mean, it happened, but so anywho, if I'm your friend, that's the kind of friend you're going to get from me. Not like that. That's not who I am. Oh, Mystic Magnetic. Thank you, Denise Arthur. Hello. Oh, yay. Cassandra, I was one of them. Oh, it was. And Cassandra, honestly, you guys, yes, it was me that was the subject of her hatred at the moment, but I wasn't the worst. I mean, the first. And sadly, I won't be the last. And I think what she did to the House of Williams was just as vile as what she did to me. It was right there with it. You know what I mean? It was just as vile. No one deserves that. No one. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that is bullying, bigotry. You know what I mean? It's against terms of service to do what she did to Mallory. And this is while her mother is actively dying. This was just a couple of days ago, you guys, don't forget. So for her booty boy Justice to come on here and have the audacity, and he must have grabbed somebody's balls and was jiggling them in his damn hand, even have the nerve to get on his platform and ask anybody on here to be kind and to treat her like we would want to be treated, is mind-blowing. I mean, he is as delusional as she is. So yeah, when I heard him say that, I thought, boy, you have got some damn nerve. You either got nerve or you got balls. And we know that's probably nerve. Yeah, right. Thank you, Gingerlock's mom. Billy Girl is 72. Molly gave her mother next book. Oh, yes, we heard. Okay. And she also added her, hey, Susan Livingston. She also has been a victim of the sloppy Molly. Her daughter, yeah, her family has also been part of in her sights. But oh yeah, she that purse we'll hear about, you know what I mean? But she also added her mother to her credit card. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Sloppy Molly, I guess I've been in her zone. I've known her for I guess 4 or 5 years, since the Chris Watt. That's when I started watching her. Just within the last couple of years, you guys, at least 3 or 4 times. I know 3, maybe 4. She has had credit card fraud. Things have been charged on her card that she's had to dispute. Yeah. So when she added her mother to her credit card, I thought, okay, all right, there we go. She's thinking ahead, laying the groundwork. You know what I mean? She knew when she did that her mother had, uh, at the time, I think stage 3 lung cancer, and her mother was, um, in dire straits when she added. I'm just saying, if I'm wrong for this assumption, then I'm wrong, and it is what it is. But I think she's very calculated, and she did that for a reason. I'm sure she could dispute some other charges. You know what I mean? Someone told me the other day, I think it was Life Rewind, said that she's currently disputing charges on her credit card from Louis Vuitton and Sephora. Really, it was probably her. I told somebody the other day if it had been Dollar General or Walmart, then I could probably say maybe she didn't make those charges because supposedly she just saw, and maybe they don't have them up north. I know when I lived up north, they didn't know where boiled peanuts was, they didn't know where grits was. Lots of things that I love and enjoy, Northerns don't, and I get that. Vice versa, there's so I'm going to give it to her that she's never heard of a Dollar General. She's been exposed to them since then. But around here, they are going to put a Dollar General every like 5 miles. They're like, I even heard that SpongeBob has a freaking Starbucks down in the sea. I mean, a Dollar General. That's what I heard. That's how many Dollar Generals there are. They're on every corner. And so if they're not up north, okay. But, once again, her, um, looking down her nose at establishments, places of business, like the Dollar General was some, you know, 2-bit Salvation Army or something like that. You know what I mean? Oh, you do? Cassandra, I did. Okay, all right. So they do exist up north. Okay, Dollar General. Okay, yeah. Well, when she went to Florida and she was out in front of the laundry's home yelling that their son was a murderer and yelling at Roberta and all that stuff, when she was down in Florida, she her good friend at the time, Tiffany Marie, suggested to her to go get a laundry basket and buy some and put it in some stuff in the laundry basket since their name was the Laundries, their last name, and go put it in their yard. So she found a Dollar General, and you should have heard her. Oh my God, they had washing detergent. They even had they had dog food. I mean, it was like a whole new world to her. Something, you know what I mean? She couldn't believe it. She even went back and graced their store with her presence again. She enjoyed it so much. Okay, all right. And a Dollar Tree. Okay, here in Canada. Safari Dream. I was on here live one night, and I was telling there was a lady from Canada. I can't remember who it was, but my sister-in-law, she travels with the job that she does within the state. And there is, how did I meet her, Michelle LaBelle? Okay, so Chris Watts. She was talking about the Chris Watts case, and I had been watching YouTube just a little bit, and somehow that showed up whenever I was looking for stuff on Chris Watts, and she was talking about the Chris Watts. That's how I met her, and so I started following her then. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna, I thought she was funny. I thought she was classy. And I'm just gonna tell you what I thought in the beginning. I thought she was a classy lady. I thought she was funny, and thought to myself, gosh, if I could see myself being friends with her. I mean, I wouldn't dare say that, and I'm embarrassed even that I thought that at the time, but I did. So I went on and I joined her Patreon, and had been in her Patreon for several months, and I had received an email with her asking for I joined the Patreon and just joined it. Okay. I didn't talk to her or have any communication with her for several months. But other than her sending me an email and telling me she needed my address so she could mail me, let me see if what did I do with that? I think I've got it right here. She wanted to mail me something. And when it come in, I just don't know. Oh, I think it's over. I just don't know how I was able to live without this. I don't know how I was able to. I don't know how I have made it through the rest of my life thus far without, now that I've had this in my life without having that. I mean, I just don't know. But it was an autographed 8x10 of her dressed in this terrible something. Well, it wasn't a terrible dress. It was just something that looked like it come from the 80s. Okay. uh, don't look nothing like she does now, but that's what it was. It was a signed 8x10. Apparently, not only are you gifted when you join her Patreon, not only are you gifted a 30-minute life coaching session a month for the $50 you pay a month, but you also get a 8x10 signed autograph for free. She normally charges $10 for them. So anyway, she had reached out via email and wanted my address so she could send me something. I didn't know it was the picture. Oh, I was so happy and surprised when I got it. I think I'm gonna. I've still got it. I think I'm gonna take it up to my mom's, the cabin where we go, because we plant gardens. And if my brother plants peanuts this year, I'm gonna take it and hang it in the peanut patch so it will keep buzzards and stuff away from eating the or our garden. Use it as some people put scarecrows in their garden to keep things from eating their garden. I'm gonna see about hanging that picture of Slappy Molly in ours and see if it'll keep away the vultures. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do with it. I'm gonna laminate it so the weather doesn't damage it, and then we're gonna stick it in the freaking garden. But anyway, so that's I get back to it. Beth or whoever asked, I think it was Beth. That's how. So she sent me the email, and I gave her my email, and then about 3 months in, I got on Facebook one day and I had a friend request from her. She had found me, and look, she says, I don't go into people's personal life. I don't, my Facebook's not attached to my YouTube. And my screen name at the time this was before, was my maiden name, my maiden last name in the year I was born. That was my screen name at the time. I changed it to Barnyard after that and changed it to Diamond Cutter, which I'm not going to change it again, you guys. The reason I changed it from Barnyard to Diamond Cutter was because I kept having people tell me I can't find your channel. So when they searched, all they could find was the movie Barnyard. And you would go on and on. It was hard to find. So I changed my screen name to Diamond Cutter. And I don't know if it's any easier to find. And the reason I have it Diamond Cutter, Sloppy Molly made the assumption that it was because I guess one of her tiers on her membership is diamonds. That's not why. I did it because, let me see, you guys can see. I've had this tattoo for about 4 or 5 years now. And it's Diamond Cutter. That's my nickname that my husband gave me. And it's got a crown above it, and it says Diamond Cutter. So don't flatter yourself, Slappy Molly. I didn't change my screen name to have anything to do with your ass, bitch. I've been a diamond a lot longer before you deemed one of your tiers to be a diamond. So anyway, let me get back to my story. But anyway, so I got a friend request from her, and I have to say I was shocked because I had not looked her up on Facebook. So anyway, I accepted, and she not only become friends with me, but she become friends with my brother. She become friends with my husband. And I had no problem with it while we were, friends. You know what I mean? So that's how I met her. And we would talk on the phone, be in a group text and or regular text, and we become friends like that. So that's how I met her. And then whenever she would talk, when we would be on the phone, there's a video. She was somebody, and I think they were across the pond. She had talked about she wanted a pug. She wanted a pug, and I think she used to have one. And she had even named this one. I think its name was it wasn't Violet. That's the name she named. It was Olive. And somebody across the pond had uh, found a person that raises them in the States and had paid for her one. And they were supposed to give it to her whenever they got weaned. And anywho, they were going to ship it to her, the airline, via airline. And there's a video of her going to the airlines looking to pick the puppy up. And there was no puppy. Anyway, come to find out it was a puppy mill, and the lady's money, it was just a scam. They took the lady's money that from across the pond or wherever she was from. I don't think she was in the States, and I'm sure there's people in chat that. Am I right, Genderlock's mom? It wasn't it someone, yeah, Free Violet. Wasn't it someone? I'll get back to that safari dream. Wasn't it someone in another country that had bought her that pug? So we were on the phone one day, and she was talking, and I was surprised, honestly, that she was having a hard time finding one because around here, if you get on Marketplace, or there's lots of people that sell pugs around here. I don't know. I'm not a dog person or a small dog. If I do like a dog, I don't like the small dogs. It's just my preference. But person. So um but I would see people that have, all the time see pugs for sale. And I've got a cousin and several, well, two cousins that breed and sell them. So we were on the phone one day and she said, my life, I'll never forget it. She says, my life is perfect. My life would be complete if I just had me a baby black pug. She wanted a black one. And I thought to myself, I'm going to see if I can complete her, to myself. I didn't say this to her. I'm going to see if I can complete her life. So I said, a cousin that I knew sold them in another town, a private message. And then I put on my Facebook page, looking for a friend. Does anybody know anybody that breeds and sells pugs? Well, my cousin that I had wrote privately wrote me and said, hey, our other cousin that lives in Texas does, and I think she's got a litter fixing to be born. So I contacted her, and they were being born as I contacted her. I put them in touch, and the rest is history. But so whenever we so thanks. Whenever we become friends, and I when we got upset, when we argued, we had differences several, a couple times before our friendship ended. And during those times, not once did it ever dawn or did I think about going to Facebook and unfriending her. I don't do, you know what I mean? I did, the 1 + 1 didn't equal 2, and that. So when our friendship ended, I don't know when I noticed it and how long she had unfriended me on Facebook, but when I noticed it, it was several weeks after our friendship ended. She had unfriended me on Facebook, but yet continued to be friends with my brother and my husband. Yes, that's right. When she went in and unfriended me, if I was her, let me just put myself in her freaking little 5 foot, her little size 5 shoes and her extra large pants for a minute. If I was going to unfriend someone and I was friends with their brother and their husband, when I unfriended that one person, I promise you, I would automatically think, let me go unfriend her freaking brother and her husband too. Because what use would I have being friends with my ex-friend's husband and brother if I wasn't thinking calculated about I may need that one? I'm just saying. So, but don't worry, she's no longer friends with. I made sure to go in there and not only unfriend her from them, but block her ass. So, there's that. Running Bear, welcome, welcome. ZZ Unfiltered. Hey, happy Friday, everyone. We got a rainy one here today in the south on Pascagoula, the coast of Mississippi, Gulf Coast. Oh, yes, she knew what she was doing. Absolutely. Well, let me tell you this, guys, this. She didn't have my husband's phone number. You know what I mean? She didn't have and look, we were friends. Like, I had talked to Adrian several times. She and I would be on the phone, and Mark would come in. We would all have, you know what I mean? I always talk on speakerphone. I'm that friend that you don't put on speakerphone. I'm the friend that you don't put on speakerphone if you're around a bunch of people, or whenever you call it when I'm at, because you never know what's going to come out of my mouth. But just know that I'm that friend that's going to have you on speakerphone if you call me, if I'm home or whatever, because I like to multitask. I like to do other things, and I'll put you on speakerphone. So just know that, okay? So having her on speakerphone or whatever, and we would my husband would come in the room or whatever, and we would talk. She would talk, hey Mark, whatever. So her sending a friend request wasn't, or my brother, same when I was around my brother, I talk about my brother a lot because we're close, but and I'm gonna tell you, he may have sent her for, I don't know how they become friends. I don't know how. My brother very well could have been intrigued by her bosom. Let me just say that. Okay. And saw her pop up my feet or whatever. So I don't know how they become friends. I just know that they were friends. And so I forgot what I was gonna tell you guys, but it'd come to me. Shit. So I don't know if she was friend. Yeah, they were friends on Facebook at this point. But there was another lady, Mario. Hey, Ginger Locke's mom, when I talk to you, I need to tell you something too. remind me. There was a other lady, Mary O. She goes by More Than Enough now. That's her screen name. But she was a very good friend to Sloppy Molly. Very heavy-handed in the wallet. She supported Marissa financially, and uh, she was the one that was taking screenshots of people talking about her in other people's chats and sending it to her. She was that kind of friend, you know what I mean? Well, and then I become friend, become acquaintance with her and stuff. So they had a falling out, and I was contacted by both of them. Okay, about telling me what had happened, and so me being me, I tried to be the mediator and think, well, that's silly what you guys are arguing over. I mean, because it was. So let me help you guys like get over this little hump and be friends. This is silly. Okay. So anyway, that didn't happen. And it went not just downhill, it went downhill riding a damn Scud missile. You know what I mean? It went downhill fast. But while she was on her mission to destroy Mary O and humiliate Mary O, she was on another creators panel that did this thing called resolution night once, whenever it was deemed necessary. And so she had Mary, trying to get them to resolve the issue. She had Sloppy Molly on her panel, and I didn't know this was happening. Okay. I was in bed asleep, and I didn't know that this was taking place, but I had confided something in Sloppy Molly that was told to me, and I asked Sloppy Molly to not share it with anyone else. And the reason I just want to tell you guys the reason, and I didn't tell her who told me, but the reason I even repeated it to her wasn't because I was trying to be shady. It was simply for I was trying to help Marissa see that maybe the reason Mary O got so upset over the minute thing, maybe it wasn't that thing. Maybe it was something more. Maybe it was something bigger. Maybe she was having financial trouble, or something was a brewing at home, because this was, I think, in the beginning of COVID, and she wasn't able to work and financially wasn't able to support her like she had been doing daily. And maybe so the secret or the thing that I shared with her that I shouldn't have, was not to be shady or to, betray I never told her who told me. Wasn't to do that. It was to try to make her see. And it was a little bit of evidence that would hopefully help her realize that there was more going on than what she knew about. And that maybe this person didn't feel comfortable, Mario didn't feel comfortable. I didn't know that was what it was, but I was just trying to do everything I could, because I'm going to tell you guys, from this jump start, when they had their falling out, this is the attitude Sloppy Molly had. She didn't care. I'm done. That was the first little flag, whoop, that I filed. I was like, if she can be so quick to dismiss her and throw her away after what I had witnessed as them being friends, wow. And I kept saying, there's got to be more going on, guys. And you don't have to tell me. It's okay. It's not my bit. But I'm just saying, what you're telling me doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. I would never fall out with someone over that. So, so the reason I shared, and I told her, please do not repeat this. So after telling her that, and she said she wouldn't, we were on a 3-way call with one of the lesbians that was married when we went to Dallas. And she blurted right out what I had told her 2 days prior. And I was like, oh, Marissa, I told you not to repeat that. 2 tacos and an enchilada. Said, don't worry, I didn't even hear, which I knew she did. So I already, and she told me at the time that happened, oh, I didn't know. I don't remember you telling me not to repeat it. I said, yes. I said, I swore, do not repeat it. So that was the second time I told that bitch not to repeat it. So fast forward a couple of days, Diane's channel has her up there for resolution night. And I'm unbeknownst to me, this is going down. She called my husband through Messenger because she had been blowing my phone up, and my phone was in the kitchen charging and I was in bed. she called my husband on Messenger and woke him up and asked him to have me come on Diane's panel immediately. Wake up and get on Diane's panel immediately. Now, this is God's truth. And I don't know. He wakes me up and he says, Marissa called. And I said, what? He said, she wants you on Diane's panel. He didn't know. And I said, okay. So I get up and I go, not knowing what I was walking into, not knowing that there were 700 people in chat watching. Her and Mario was on panel. And Marissa had blurted out this thing that I had asked her not once, but twice not to repeat. And she did it with venom and anger in her voice. And it was very humiliating, you guys. It could have cost this person, Mario, her job. Let me just say that. So that's what she wanted me up there for, was to fucking validate what she had said. Because when she said that on Diane's panel, of course, Mario gasped and people couldn't believe that so she wanted me to come up there and fucking validate it. And you can go back, I don't know if it's still up, but you can go back. I was like, what? I said, I cannot believe this is happening. I mean, I said, Marissa, I told you not to. So then Mario, who told you? Who told you? Well, that I drew the line in the sand. Mario, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to betray the person that told me that. I didn't tell Marissa. So that was my second flag. You know what I mean? So there's a little history lesson for you guys today. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So listen, I'll get, maybe she didn't remember the first time I told her, don't repeat this. And shame on me, you guys. Shame on me for repeating something that I was asked not to. Shame on me. I will own it, stand in my shit. But just know that I didn't do it to be shady in the house. I was trying to make her understand that you may not be in a situation where finances, you live from check to check, but me, myself included, and a lot of other people live like that bitch. Hey, Nikki. And maybe she was, embarrassed, didn't want to say that to you. You know what I mean? That's a difficult thing whenever you're financially throwing hundreds of dollars at someone and they're marrying you, having you at their home, being friend and, reeling you in, eating you up because you're financially given to them. I could see it being difficult if she was having a financial, and I'm not saying that was the case. I'm just saying I was trying to get her to show some empathy and compassion that she didn't show, and that's because I know she doesn't have now. I mean, she's vile, you guys. Look, it's like that old saying: when somebody shows you who they are, believe it. So I said something to somebody yesterday, and I'm not saying this to justify my bad judgment at the time. I'm not. I'm just saying that, the way I feel about things, the kind of friend that I am, I've been this kind of friend. I'm not saying I've always been this kind of friend, because I haven't. I've had to stand in my own shit, smell it, and grow as a person to become the person that I am now. It's, but I've been this way for at least 15, 20 years. You know what I mean? I'm very happy in my skin. I'm proud of who I am as a woman, and I'm not perfect and I'm not without fault, but I promise you guys, I do not go through life trying to hurt people. I actually try to make people laugh, and I don't do it. I don't succeed every day, but I strive every day to be a better person today than I was yesterday. And I don't succeed. I fail on my face, flat on my face lots of times. But the desire to be a better person is there. Okay. I don't have a desire to be ugly, vindictive, and try to tear somebody. That's not how I roll. I don't involve people in my life that are like that. I don't have friends that are like that. And the kind of friend I am is the kind of friend I want. And so, having said that, I know that she's been like this, and that she didn't just become like that in the last 2 years. She didn't just become like that whenever our friendship ended. I'm not saying that, but I think she hid it, because I'm telling you guys, I was aware of the potty mouth. I mean, I was the one on the phone whenever she was up there doing that potty mouth mom. I was in the bathtub. I will never forget it. I couldn't dial her number fast enough. And I kept calling and kept calling because she kept ignoring me, because she was, as you could tell, triggered as she finally answered my phone call. And I was like, quit, get off panel, end your life. What are you doing? I'm doing everything I could to get her to stop. So don't think that I sat idly by while she was making bad decisions. I didn't. Not one time did I sit idly by. I tried to handle it behind the scenes instead of publicly humiliate her. I tried to be a friend and say, hey, I'm not okay. She knew how I stood and my feelings on things. You know what I mean? Uh, so, but get back to what I was saying. I don't think that she was as open with her vileness, because I'm going to tell you guys, I wouldn't have tolerated, and I would never even want to become friends with her. I would never have joined her Patreon if she exhibited her actions that she shows now. If she was exhibiting them to the degree, like, then I would never ever signed up to be in her Patreon and never continue to watch her. I know what I know, so I'm not justifying that. And I think with the amount of people that she's been friends with and has ended tragically, every one of them, not one of them that I have seen her in, is a list of them, people, has she not tried to humiliate and destroy. So, you know, I'm just saying, I think she's got a history. She's got a history. Oh, thank you, Susan Livingston. Thank you. Look, guys, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. And look, a lot of people are going to judge me for doing this live with her mother actively dying. I get it. I prepared for that before I did it. But I guess I have a certain amount of angst in me that I don't care. It's worse. When I heard her dude up there asking for forgiveness and peace and grace on that bitch right now, when I have witnessed what she's been in him doing what he's done to me, not even knowing me. And I've been nothing but, prior to him, you guys saying and doing that to me and following her footsteps, I had been nothing but kind to him. Don't know him. I have no reason not to be kind to him. I have no reason not to, I don't care if he is friends with someone I don't like. That's not who I am either. I can be friends with you if I don't like, I have to see that you have to be, it has to be a personal, I don't just not friends with people because somebody else is. So I had been nothing but kind and showed grace to him prior to him getting up there. And that wasn't the last time that day, what I played for you. That wasn't the one and only. It's not an isolated incident with him. He has been a two-faced, shitty person several times since then. And shitty to the fact that when the House of Williams went live to announce her departure from the Hey Hills in the Air, her Hills on the Ground group, Maybelline spokesperson was in the House of Williams chat, super chatting her $10 and loving her. And then Sloppy Molly reveals, and not by accident, you guys, when I was trying to rest and laying in bed, and Justice for All called me and says, oh my God, are you watching Mallory? And that's right. He super chats Mallory, tells her he loves her, sucks all that goodness in, and then calls Sloppy Molly and freaking stirs the pot. I think he should have to lick the spoon and sleep with it. But yeah, he calls her and is just shocked that Mallory would do that to her. Really, bitch. Really, bitch. Really, bitch. So that's the kind of person he is. A lot of people, and look, I get it. He a lot of people want to give him a pass and show him he is just like her, people. And it may be that because she's got so much shit on him. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's just like her. Sorry, he is. He showed his true colors. I mean, people want to give him, a pass and say, he's not as bad as her. Maybe he's not. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. I mean, to me, if you're vile, there's not a meter, 1 to 10. You're vile, you're fucking vile. If you're 1% vile or 10% vile, you're still someone that I don't want to be around and don't want in my circle. Hey, Jessica Spears, how are you? No, she won't. Look, you guys, get ready. She's milking the cow right now because her mother is actively dying. But when her mother passes away, she's going to be milking the bull. She will milk this. And I'm saying it. That's right. I'm saying it. Judge me if you want to. I don't care. She is going to milk this situation, this tragic, awful situation with her mother until there's not a penny left in it anymore. Trust and believe that. Goes in there. I've kind of got a girl crush. Girl, both of us. You guys, I don't. I will always believe that dragon. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, she's gonna suck that bull dry, Safari Dream. Mallory knew what she was doing. Oh yeah, when she joined. Oh yeah. Look, Nikki, I'm not giving Mallory a pass. Listen, if you know about me and Mallory. If you've been around, you know. I'm not giving Mallory a pass. I'm not, because they both were using each other. But and even that it happened the way it did with me and Mallory, she still doesn't deserve to be talked about and treated the way she was treated. I wouldn't treat my worst enemy the way she was treated and talked about. And I have to say this: Mallory did not go to her level. She stayed pretty classy with it, if you ask me. So, I'm not. Don't Nikki. I'm not. Yeah. Look, Mallory threw away. She lost a lot of good people, myself included, whenever she joined the ranks of Sloppy Molly and Hills on the Ground. She lost a lot of good people, loyal, good people, And I think is that her in chat? I think she will be the first. Okay, what you also don't know is, hey, Mallory, is after let me get back up here. Normally, I don't have to worry about my chat moving back. Okay, what you don't know is after my first live in regards to that situation, Justice phoned me, really, and we had an hour-long conversation where he emphasized, oh, I believe it, Mallory. I believe it. Yeah. And look, whenever he's gotten upset with her on panels and on lives and stuff before, it wasn't just because she was like sharing shit that he told her not to share. It wasn't just that. He was more because he knew that he had divulged stuff to her that he had probably been asked not to divulge. And she was like, just like whenever she said, Mallory, when she was live and she said, Justin called me up and said, that wasn't a slip of the tongue and that wasn't on accident. She fucking did it because she hoped that you would hear it. And it was just another way of her to try to hurt you. I'm just telling you, there is no level too low for that bitch to stoop. And welcome, Mallory. Oh yeah. She may run off at the mouth and say a lot of shit that she don't think about, but she also is very calculated. Don't think that she's not. She's very calculated at what she does. Oh yeah, I heard. Yeah, and I was blown away that. Okay, so in the first chat, Mallory, you may be able to share some light on this also. Tragic T, you can make diamonds out of your puppies too. Oh, it triggered that. I don't know what that means, but anyway. So what was I fixing to say? Hold on a second. Oh yeah. So in her first live, someone come into her chat and once again gave her a Bible verse. She took it as the gospel and said that Gina Diamond took your side. And that pissed her. She's like, "Oh really? Oh really? Okay." So she, I don't recall her talking a lot of shit about Gina Diamond at the time, but it pissed her off. And this is when she wasn't being real vile. She was just, she was putting on her damn theatrics. You know what I mean? So now I see that Gina Diamond has been just as sorry as Princess and Marissa. I heard that last night. So I don't know how that, but I did see, Mallory, I did see in your Why I Left Hills on the Ground, that video. And I haven't been able to watch all your videos, but I've watched a couple of them since then. And I know you went live today and I didn't watch it, but and it's funny, I watched your other live from the last one you did. I watched it after I went live the other night, and I have to say, Mallory, it was eerie. The things that you said and I had not watched it. I had no idea what you had said, but it was so eerie and validated to me that we knew some shit because you said some of the same stuff that I said, not once, but several times. I'm just saying, pie in the sky. So I was fixing, what was I going to? Oh yeah. So I saw in your first video about why you were leaving, where Gina Diamond really was giving you accolades for being so good to her, and I felt like I wouldn't have ventured out and went into Molly's chat and said that she took your side. I wouldn't have said that, but I did think that she was leaning more toward your side than she was Marissa's. And let me give it to Princess just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm gonna give it micro penis size to Princess. He did not like when they talked about you in the beginning. And I didn't watch all of it. I don't know how it ended up. You know what I mean? But I do have to give him a micro penis size of grace that he did not like them talking about you initially. And I, I think that you showed him more grace than what most people would, especially when he was just absolutely convinced that you were a drag queen. And his reasoning for it, I heard him say last night, was crazy. First of all, I didn't think that you would ever wear 7-inch platforms. Bitch, you tall on your own accord. You don't need no 7-inch platforms, okay? And okay, babe. Oh, you gonna put the bubbles on in the hot tub? Okay. And hey, we're gonna have leftovers for dinner. Is that okay? Because they were damn good, if I have to say. Let me pat myself on the back. Last night. I don't know what 7-inch platforms and a beehive, which I so did not think you had a beehive. I have to say, I like that hairdo better than I did your 2% black hairdo. But I don't know how those two things would have made him think that you were a drag queen and Gina Diamond was more of a woman. Because I'm not gonna say anything about Gina Diamond because I really don't. I don't have anything to say, and what I could say wouldn't be nice. And so I'm gonna, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. I'm gonna sit on that rock right now. Even though 6'4". Oh yeah, well Hill's in the air. You're a little shorty but short. Yeah. Now I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm 5'6", 5'7". I'm not saying I wouldn't wear some 7-inch platforms if I was going out. I wouldn't now. I can say that now. Let me go grab something. I'm gonna show y'all real quick. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, so for you guys that don't know, 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, this Thanksgiving week, 2 years ago, I had a freak accident and I slipped and fell, broke my leg in two places, my tibia and my fibia, and had to have a titanium rod put in my leg and plates and screws in my ankle. It was a thing. But prior to that, I wore shoes like this all the time. Love these clog plat, whatever you call these, wedge, love these. A month or two prior to that, I purchased these. They're not red bottoms, but I purchased these. And then I purchased these for, well, that not that I'm come hither, honey. I had had they tie around your leg. Yeah. I will never wear these again. Not because my leg's not healed, because it is. But I can't. I wore a pair of boots that you zip up to the Mardi Gras parade, and the heel on it is like that. That's the first time I put anything with a heel on it since then. Could not wait to get home and take my damn shoes off. So if any one of you guys wear 7.5 or 8 is what they should be, hit me up if you want, because I will never be able to. First of all, I don't go places really, I don't know, but I just can't ever imagine. And I've got lots of. I could never. Hey, voice for the voices, a blank slate. Hey guys, Shauna, how are you, babe? Stephanie B. I could imagine ever wearing, and it's sad. That's sad. Even these, I put these on not long ago. Wow, I don't know if it's because I'm so scared of. Oh, because listen, even though my leg is healed, huh, let me tell you guys, when the weather changes, my ankle hurts so bad sometimes. I mean, it's hurt so much in the last 2 or 3 months. I thought about going back to my orthopedic specialist and getting him to x-ray, thinking that maybe I have, even though I knew I hadn't fell or done anything that would have, it's just, it still hurts. It's still, if I'm on my feet, uh, I didn't think so. I don't know if it's because when I'm on my feet a lot, my ankle, my leg swells up and stuff like that. So, and he told me it would take a full year to completely. Well, it's been more than a year. But I will never. I don't know. Even when I put these on, and I love me a wig. Even when I put these on, I don't know if it was. They felt good, but all I could do was see my real quick my ankle doing that, and I took them off. And I don't know if I'll ever have the confidence back of or not be in fear of doing that, because never broke a bone in my life. But when that happened, I remember laying in bed and asking my husband, "Will I ever be able to walk again?" I was so like, I mean, I was such a big tit and a big back. I mean, that was like a traumatic thing for me to go through, you guys. I mean, I am one that takes care of people, and I'm up and doing something all the time. OMG, no weight bearing for back killed me, back killed me. Never want to be in that position again, ever. So, uh, I'm sure I'll never wear heels again. I mean, sure of it. So anyway, 7.5, 8 is generally what I wear. If you guys hit me up, I'll be glad to give them to you, because I've even tried to. There's nobody in my family. Nobody in my family wears that size. They're either smaller or bigger. I've already tried to uh, dole them out to family members. And I can't stand I can't stand shoes to go between my toes. I can't stand. I think flip flops are beautiful. I love them. I even bought a pair of really nice flip flops not long ago. My husband, I don't remember the brand, but my husband wears them, and they're $50 flip flops. I bought him, and I bought me a pair, and thinking, well, I can't wear heels anymore. I don't know what. I keep getting. I don't know why. I thought I was all of a sudden gonna be able to wear them, but yeah, they're. I can't stand anything between my toe. I don't mind if it goes around my big toe and a sandal like that, but if it goes in between, I can't handle it. So I guess I'm a slides. Didn't you say that Sloppy Molly threw on a pair of slides when y'all went out to eat? I guess I'm gonna be a slide, or and tennis shoes. I've been wearing tennis shoes more than I've ever worn tennis shoes, because first of all, oh, thank you, Pam Cakes. First of all, I do too. I've never wore tennis shoes like this, so it feels good. I don't know if it's because I'm still trying to get my bearings about myself, but yeah, tennis shoes feel good and solid, solid like a rock. Walter's riding out. Oh yeah, well, you guys, I used to think that, and I've kind of my views have changed a little bit on Stuart Little. I think he really truly loves Marissa. I do. Um, and the reason I started thinking that he was just waiting on Jake to is because of the email that she talked about, that he emailed her, and I think he really, really loves her. I do. I think he's. I used to think that, uh, but I do think now. I'm not saying that, uh, his mind can't. It won't change, but I think he really, truly like is in it to win it. You know what I mean? Now her, I think she took that as an opportunity. Listen, because she said a bunch of times he wasn't her style, her type of man, and he wasn't she wasn't interested in him, all that. So she's vocally said that. Uh, and I'm not saying it can't change or whatever, but I definitely think that she saw that as you know a West Point graduate. Fucking bitch, put so much. I hear, well, Adrian. It's either her getting somebody, Justin, or somebody on panel to validate her lies, or Adrian to validate her lies. Saucy 56, what up? How's the Heinz 57, baby? Molly used to say that he was not very sexual. Oh yeah, but then I heard her tell Princess last night that he makes her give him BJs all the time. I couldn't believe she said that. If you look up a borderline personality and relationships, I think MGL does Oh, let me go back. The put person on the pedestal and examine them later. Oh yeah, anyway, oh yeah. Well, she's gonna hurt you before you have a chance to hurt her if she can. And even if you do, she's going to. If there's anything, when she said last night that she wasn't gonna say something, I'm not gonna say, bitch, get ready. She's gonna tell. If she knows it, she's gonna tell it now. She's not gonna tell it just as it happened. She's gonna add a bunch of shit to it and make it even more traumatic before she repeats it. Or she's gonna get one of her pay pigs, as she says, to put it in chat, and she can read it and run with it. Doodle mom. If I was a man, wouldn't want her mouth. Me either. Me, and I'm just gonna say this. Uh, her talking about Mallory being transgender. Look, bitch, don't get it mistaken, honey. You, if I was going to question whether or not somebody was a transgender or not, honey, you would be right up there with the best of them. Let me just say that, bitch. And I've met you in person. Those cheeks are not God given, baby. You wasn't born with those cheeks. Okay, that's what you told me. That you was just born with those cheeks, bitch. I just saw a picture of your mother. Dawn looks. You wasn't born with those cheeks, bitch. Quit lying. So I just saw somebody I wanted to speak to. Oh, hey, blank screen, but there's somebody else. Nada. Who was it? Oh, Wild German lady. Did she strike you? Did she strike you, German lady? And then she called you German dude. I'm so sorry, German lady. I'm so sorry that she did that. But did she strike you? I was curious if she really did it. And maybe somebody in here. Okay, no, they're not natural, babe. Nikki, no. Whenever I met her in Dallas, well, because it was because of you know, um, COVID and all that stuff. Whenever I got to the hotel, I had to. And let me just say this also about my trip. I paid for my own airfare. I wasn't gifted anything either, Mallory. Now I was prepared to get my. I called her up and I said, "What hotel are you staying in? I got to book my room." No, 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 please. And that's a whole another story. Share a room with me, and there was reasons why. So I did share a room with her, and I did not pay for the room. I did, but she asked me to, several times. So other than that, I paid my own way and even contributed to the trip several times. And I'm not saying for kudos. I just want people to know I ain't took nothing from that bitch. So she did strike you. Sorry, I was just flapping my jaws. But what was I talking about before that? It'll come to me, you guys. I forget, but then it comes to me. Hold on, let me back up for a minute. If I see something that reminds me, y'all remind me what I was talking about before I got off on the trip. Oh, I know what I was going to ask. Okay, self-proclaimed detective had the nerve to say that Mallory is so insecure that she had a child. I saw that. Look, it was so bad. Self-proclaimed detective Unirock last night, and if you guys aren't subscribed to him, that is an awesome channel, Unirock. And he's got a couple others to go on there and subscribe to him. But he was playing some of her vile, disgusting things, and he had to stop because she was when she said that, he was like taken back, and he couldn't even finish playing it because it was that vile. You know what I mean? But anyway, what I don't understand is this. There's been I know she struck. Oh, she did. Okay. Oh, okay. Right on, German. I don't know how. That's what I was gonna say. How? Okay, like Kool-Aid. She struck them, succeeded. Okay, and then struck them again. Whatever. I don't know how, but they come back. They went left. They come back, and then they're gone again. How are some clip channels exempt and others aren't? Because as far as I can see, they've all done the fair use thing. When they change her video up some. Kool-Aid was really good about that. You know what I mean? It not being just sitting there playing. How is it her discretion? Like she likes some better than others? Hills on the air, if you're still in here, has she ever struck you? Because the things that she says about blank screen, die. I hope you die. The shit that she said about you, have you tried to get her for bullying blank screen? Just curious, asking for a friend. Hey, Christina Logan, South Shore. It was a big dig to say she's middle class because Oh, Gary Busey is hilarious. Well, you know that one lady that has had so much plastic surgery she looks like a cat, the cat lady. That's who Marissa favors, if you ask me. But anyway, I'm just curious what like, and I don't know if it's called like I don't strike people or whatever you call putting. The only time that I've done that, oh, Brenda, thank you, babe. The only time that I've done that is to her. And she had a picture of me she took off my Facebook. It wasn't a picture I've ever used on YouTube. And she had it as her thumbnail on one of the videos when she was talking about my bush and my vajayjay. So I don't know if it was called strike or what. Anyway, I wrote YouTube. And I don't know what the terminology, but anyway, they made her take it down. So that's all so I don't know, but I've played her content before, and I've done it before. I used to say fair use, but I do stop and talk. So I just don't know if you're able to use somebody's content and you do it in, like Kool-Aid. I think Kool-Aid did. So I don't know how she's been successful, I guess is what I'm trying to say. How she's been successful as getting Kool-Aid going, because I like Kool-Aid clips too. I'm curious if she's ever uh did a strike against Hills in the Air. Has she ever struck you? Maybe you answered and I just didn't see it. Girl, Lynn Love and Light, when you figure it out, make sure you let me know. It took a long time. I do too, good Gumpy. It took Carl C. Hello, Donna Cutter. I was MJL's friend until I saw on her live behavior. Yes, I'm. Oh, hey, Karina. That's right. Okay, hey, Karina. Oh, how are you, babe? Yeah, you were like lifelong friends. Okay. Hey, Kathy P. Oh, okay. Give her. Yeah. Look, I think Mallory's funny as hell. And look, there's been even when Mallory and I were friends and had each other's number. There's things that she said that I didn't think funny and that I was like, ooh. But I'm also a big enough person to realize I've got, I like people that are going to say and do things that I'm not crazy about, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to be done with them. You know what I mean? And especially in the format that Mallory's content is. I mean, I see her for who, the way she her channel, the way and she's not going to appeal to everybody all the time. You know what I mean? Her jokes are so there's going to be things that you know what I mean. So I, the milk thing, I wasn't, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to hate her for it. I'm a big enough person to say, okay, it wasn't my joke, but you had another one that was just that was funny that I thought, and I haven't seen anybody else be able to uh, poke fun at other creators the way she is and not be, she's got a way about, first of all, it's crazy how spot on she is, and it's things that I've thought, but I would never probably vocal about. You know what I mean? Does anyone know why she always threatens? You guys, I've never really had a problem not having to go back up and look at my chat. Does anyone know why she always threatens with what? Oh, because like he's not a cop, he's not an attorney, and he just become a certified public accountant, a CPA. All these years I've been told he's an accountant. He's an accountant. Nah, just got his license within a year. So I don't know. I think he's got some attorney friends that he probably can ask, and because of that, because according to Sloppy Molly, all of his West Point friends have a degree. You know what I mean? A law degree. He's the only one that didn't get a law degree. So, uh, and the voice for the voiceless. Well, I just see. I'm gonna comment on. A lot of people don't like her, and they've held it against her about the Vax card. If you only knew the truth and the backstory, and me knowing Sloppy the way I do, it's not as it seems, you guys. She didn't, when she went to the post office and supposedly mailed the Vax card to the feds, bitch was lying. Okay, you guys? So just let me say this. Don't hate on Voice for the Voiceless because you think you know the truth, because you don't. You don't know the whole story. That's what I'm going to say. Things were not as Sloppy Molly portrayed them to be. So Voice for the Voices. I don't know if you saw my community page, but I sent you a text and said, look, I couldn't believe that Laura, of all people, was trying to call you out. The candle maker Laura that makes candles and vessels that are not candle approved, sells them for 50 freaking bucks, and they burst when you burn them and could potentially burn your home down, which is what happened to Sloppy Molly. Would have the audacity, and the person that has raised money for an attorney and never hired, how dare her think that she has the audacity to call you out for lying when she, I just, things that make you go hum, you know what I mean? But anyway, I did a little tribute to you. I don't know if you saw it or not. Well, I have no reason not to. The Voice, you've been nothing but kind, and let me say, you've been a friend to me, and you have helped me behind, with my channel and stuff behind the screens. I have no reason to be nothing, but you've never done anything to me, and I knew enough about Sloppy Molly to know. And I do have to say, even when she would talk about me or one of the other ex-friends, the whole vagina and bush thing happened after y'all weren't friends. But I do have to say, even when you were on panel with her, and she was being degrading and talking about other people, it was obvious that you were uncomfortable and you would take your camera off. So I noticed things like that. So uh, yeah, I have no reason not to be. You've never done anything to me. But and a lot of people took it because they maybe lost somebody with COVID, and they took it really, really personal about the COVID card. But you guys, when I tell you there's more to the story, just trust and believe there is. You guys, I have asked Hills in the Air 2 times now if she has ever been struck, and I swear I run my damn mouth. Put a 1 in the chat if she said yes, or if she even answered. Was Molly excited? Oh, Hills in the Air. Let me just tell you this. No, the bitch wasn't a 5 when I met her. Okay, so I was curious. Okay, because they said the camera has 10 pounds, and this was when we're coming off the hills of I gotta pay attention because I just asked another question. We're coming off the hills of the lockdown and stuff. No, she was not no a size 5 shoe. She's got a tiny foot, a tiny foot. That's it. When I met her, that was all that was tiny on her. Her cheekbones were huge, so huge that it made her eyes look inset. And I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying what I witnessed. Okay, her eyes looked like they were really inset, but it wasn't. It's because her cheeks are so announced. Yeah, but I haven't. She also told me, so after Dallas, okay, she liked, I don't know the show, I don't watch it, but she talked about it all the time. Was oh, a 9? No, she's got a time. Her foot. Well, maybe she does wear a size 9. Maybe she does. I just remember this. Surprised that her foot was the size it was, considering the size her stature was. That's what I remember. You know what I mean? So maybe it was a 9, and so I'm saying if it was a 9, and it really puts in perspective, because I wear a 7.5, 8, and I think that is about par for my course. I weigh about 170 something right now. I'm the biggest I've ever been, but I still think that my size 7.5, 8 goes with my body. But when you see a foot like this and somebody that's got a lard ass on it, it just kind of like, ooh, how do you hold that up? I bet those little feet hurt. I bet those little puppy dogs are barking every day, holding that up every day. I'm just, being a little shady here. But anyway, I whatever that show is, it's a Shit Creek. I don't remember. Hills in the Air. Thank you. Oh, she has it. Thank you. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Maybe it's because you've got the word hills in your tie. I don't know. I'm surprised because I just my recollection sitting here. I've seen more of your and clip videos than I have anybody else. But anyway, I was going to order her a T-shirt about that show. I don't remember the name of it, but Shit Creek was a hotel or something in that show. I don't, whatever it was. Anyway, I sent her a text and I said, "Hey, what size T-shirt do you wear? Are y'all ready for this? Now listen. Let me see what this one is. I don't. I have regular size bosoms. Now they're not Okay, let me see what this is. Okay, this is the extra large. Okay, because I buy my shirts big because I wash and dry. Well, shit. I don't. Oh my God, Betty Joe. I don't wash and hang up unless it's expensive. So I wash it dry. So I know they're going to shrink if they're cotton. So this is extra large. My bosom are nothing like. She told me a medium. A medium is what size T-shirt she said she wore. You guys, one damn boob couldn't fit in a freaking medium. Are you kidding me? So anyway, I got her something else, a mouse pad or something. I didn't get her the T-shirt, but yeah, that's what size. So I couldn't believe I wasn't expecting that because I'd met her at this point. Okay, I couldn't believe she said a size medium. Blew me away. And even if you don't like even a regular, if I a dress shirt, I buy a large in for sure. You know what I mean? And I'm not that big of a person. I don't know how I look at you guys on there, but I mean, you know, I don't know if y'all have seen. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all something because I can be Marissa. Hold on just a second. I did a parody about Tiffany Marie, and I've done a Sloppy Molly parody. So don't think that I can't act like that bitch. And then when I do act like her, I wear my slides for sure. You know what I mean? Because you know, my feet can't help me up. So yeah, don't think I can't. This is my parody. This is my parody, Sloppy Molly. Uh-huh. Yeah. But anyway, I went on Shauna, if she's still in here, I went on her panel one night as Sloppy Molly. And I think Savage, I don't know, but yeah. So trust and believe. I've got the bosom if I need them. And as a matter of fact, I was thinking of doing a parody after I saw her way she acted with Mallory. I thought, oh, I see a parody in that, but yeah, them some big old titties. Oh gosh, that when she gets in trouble with her mom. Oh yeah, yeah. And look, you guys, I know, right? Yeah, my sisters. Okay, so growing up, I'm the youngest of 5 girls, so all of my sisters and my nieces and stuff, I have come to the conclusion that it's because I was raised on a farm and my mom didn't buy, like, we didn't buy meat from yeah, the old biddies. We didn't buy meat from the grocery store. We had our own. That I didn't get the hormones and stuff in my meat and stuff because my nieces that started developing at 10. I mean, they started having their periods. I mean, I got a story. I've already been on here for a while, but have I got some stories I can tell you guys about maturing? But they started maturing and feeling I have big double D boobs. I mean, huge boobs. And so anyway, all my sisters have large bosom, and I was always flat chested, growing. And they used to tease me and say when God was passing out nipples, I thought he said pimples, and I got in the wrong line. Shit, and they always tease me. And when you don't have boobs, you always, for me anyway, I always wished that I had. So I mean, I even looked at having a boob job whenever I was up, but I'm glad I didn't because listen, anything more than a mouthful of waste, and I am cool. My sister told me, my sister that's lives in Florida, she's close to 70. She says, I told her I had a consultation. I was going to, getting a boob job, and she said, JoJo, that's what they call me. She said, JoJo, please don't. She said, listen to me. She said, save your money for a facelift. She said, I'm wasting my freaking boobs, save them for a freaking facelift. So anyway, I didn't do it, and I'm glad I didn't. But anyway, and I hadn't had the facelift yet either. But uh, so they used to tease me. So me being the silly person that I am, them knowing that my niece, so being teased relentless about not having no boobs for my sisters, when I moved away, I would go, my nieces and nephews that were younger that didn't know any different, I would tell them that I used to have really really big boobs and I had to have a breast reduction, and they would say why, and I'd say because every time I run I'd get a black eye, just crazy, always saying stuff like that, and you know, so several of them grew up thinking that, you know what I mean? So, and I still say, you know, they're overrated. When I had a boob job, so it's kind of like I'll find see if I find the pictures for my birthday. My sister bought me one of my sisters got me a couple years ago. It was a huge bra, the world's largest bra. It's funny, it was funny, teasing me about that. But yeah, so I mean, I was a late bloomer as far as like feeling that mature. My mom was okay, of the belief and old wives' tale, that whenever you start your period, you're not supposed to take a bath or get in water, it would make you go blind. I'm just telling you what I was told growing up. And you have to do a PTA, what I call it, pussy tits and armpits. You don't get in a bathtub. And so anyway, my cousin that was 11 days older than me, we were real close. She lived in a different town than I did, so she went to a different school and all that. And she lived about 15, 20 miles from my house. And it doesn't sound like much to you guys, and it wasn't. But my mom and dad, like that, my dad was a man of the depression. I mean, we just didn't, that 20 miles was a lot. Unless we were going in that direction for some other reason, we didn't just run and pick somebody up. That's just the way I was raised. Okay. So, anyway, during spring break or summers, we spent all our free time together. We were very close growing up. We spent most of our time together. So uh she was staying with me, and there was this play. Now I don't know how many of my siblings actually know how to swim, and they may be, but I know at least I don't know how to swim. But my mom and dad took us swimming. Uh, but I just never learned to swim, and still don't know how. I can't even float. I can't even float. I have tried. I've had the best of the best teach me. Cannot even float. Uh, can't dog paddle. I can float like a mother, but that's it. So anywho, uh, we were going to Shungalo, which was the little swimming area around where I was born and raised, and we were really looking forward to it. It was during the summer. We was couldn't wait. We've been looking forward to it, and we woke up that morning. And she had not been feeling good the day before, but anyway, she started her period, and when she come back in my bedroom and she told me, the first thing I thought, "Oh no, we're not gonna be able to go swimming." That's seriously, and I had not started. I was like, did not know what it was really like. And she was like, "I want to go home. I want to go home." And I said, "No, no, don't go home, and it'll be okay." My older sisters, they had what you needed for that situation. They had that stuff. It wasn't like she didn't have. But anyway, I begged her not to go. I said, and she just wanted, she just wanted her mom wanted to go home. So she ended up, and going out, and I said, we won't tell mama, we'll still go swimming or whatever. And so I South Shore, I have to tell you, there's so many. I should really write a book about me going to Lake Powell and the water, crazy stories. But anyway, about floating. But anyway, so she went home, and we didn't, we were able to go swimming. But anyway, I didn't start. And every time I would see her, on holidays or whatever, my grandparents, she would be like, "Have you started?" And I just knew when she started, and look, it's not anything to want, you know what I mean? But at the time, you like can't wait to shave your legs and all that. And I said, no, not yet, but I can tell I'm fixing to. My stomach's been hurting and I've been ill. You know what I mean? I mean, when I tell you almost 2.5 years, it was over 2 years before I started. Well, my grandparents' house burned down, and the community, they had a travel trailer somebody had loaned them, was on the property. They were helping them rebuild their home, and so the travel trailer. Well, I knew my cousin was going to be there, and I was so tired of her. freaking asking me if I damn started. You know what I mean? Because she automatically just acted like she was, older than me. So I knew we were going up there. I knew I was going to see her. So I went and got one of my sister's panty liners, and I put ketchup rubbed all on there, and I stuck it in my drawers. And whenever we got there, we went in the. I said, I gotta tell you something. I gotta tell you something. And so we went into the camper, and I said, I started. She said, no, you didn't. And I said, yes, I did. So I pulled my shorts down, and I just enough to let her see the ketchup. Anywho, so I told her the truth later on, like several years ago, but never told her. So anyway, I tell my Emma and Katie, they're my hearts. They're my little nieces. They're 12 and 10. And Katie has been, she'd been ill as a hornet for a while. And I keep telling her, you're fixing to start. Have you started yet? No, quit asking me. So I've told her my story. And they cannot believe that I did that. And I said, oh, it gets even better. I said, so we left and went outside. Everybody was outside after I showed her that I had started and proved to her that I had started. I said there was my grandfather had a dog, and I said that damn dog chased me. I could like never got rid of that dog. You know what I mean? That day, that dog was like wanting to sniff my garage and everything. Yeah. So I'm always like messing with people. Infidel lady, you should go look at my short, one of my shorts on my channel. I can't believe they didn't strike or YouTube didn't get me for my brother. And I am the practical joker. I really am. I give my brother. And I had a leak in my sink. Somebody had gave me this red strap on, and I'm here to tell you that was a huge strap on. I can't remember. We had it was a white elephant gift, and I didn't get that gift, but the way we play the game is you can you can either pick a gift or take one from someone that already has pulled. Anyway, I ended up with the red strap on. Okay. So uh, the house I was renting, the back bathroom had a leak. And my sister was visiting with me, and I had called my brother and I said, will you please come over and look at this? And he said, yeah. Well, earlier when I had just moved into that, and when I was unpacking, I ran across that. And so my sister was sitting on the front porch smoking a cigarette, and I put it on over my clothes and stuff, went out there and was messing with her. So anyway, my brother was looking at my sink and sitting on the floor of the bathroom looking at my sink. And he said, hey, did you go out to my truck and bring me a tool, whatever he asked for? And I said, okay. So I went out there. My sister was outside smoking. She said, what are you looking for? And I said, I didn't even know what he was looking for, asked me for. I didn't even know what it was. You know what I mean? As far as wrench or whatever. So I asked my sister, is this whatever it was? I can't remember. She's like, yeah. She said, hey, you ought to put, I said, yeah. So I put it on. Well, she gets her phone and she's going to record. So I put the strap on. Okay. And he's sitting on the floor with my cabinet doors open, and I walk up to him and he's got I said, here, I'm coming. Let him know I'm coming. My sister is going to record it. Okay. And I walk into the bathroom and he's got his hand, not really looking, got his hand out. And I laid this in his hand. And you guys, my sister was laughing so damn hard that she didn't even hit record. So none of that was, anyway, he got so mad. He said, damn you, JoJo. And he jumps up and he said, he left. And he said, the hell, wouldn't even look at my sink. Okay. Wouldn't even finish looking at it. My sister and I laughed our asses off. So he said, you nasty heifer, going on. And I said, I promise you, it's never been used. He didn't, I don't believe you. Anyway, so not long after that was his birthday. And his daughter come over and said, you're not coming to daddy's? Because he had barbecued or grilled or cooked steaks or something. And I said, no, I really haven't been feeling good. I think I'm just going to, stay at home. She said, you ought to come. So I thought, maybe I will. So we planned this. So I had on if you look at the video, the short is on my shorts. Don't judge me for what I was wearing. It was a day at home and I had on like purple sweatpants. I don't remember I was comfortable. But anyway, I just put the strap on over my clothes and I put a trench coat on. I had a long trench coat. I had from, I don't know if you get red wine. There's a whole story with that. And the reason I even on the trench coat. But anyway, I put my trench coat on and we go to my brother's house. And so my niece, they make the kids, all the little kids, go and play the playroom or whatever. And my niece had her camera. She did record. She did capture it. So that's all I'm going to say. You guys have to go watch the short. It's on my channel. It's freaking hilarious, I think. But that's the kind of sister I am. I keep you on your toes. But look, I'm also, if I dish it out, I can take it. I'm not a sore loser. I don't mind if you joke back at me. I can take it. I expect it, actually. I expect it. I don't. So my mom, I don't know if you guys have seen the TikTok to where the lady goes to the door and you can't see who she's talking to, but she's like, "Did you see that man? Was that you know when you drove up?" I'm like, "No, what man? I don't know. There was some man just told me that knocked on my door and told me if I was showing my boobs, he'd give me a bottle of wine." And they were like, "What?" And so the lady goes like this, and he went that way. And when she points, she's got a bottle of wine in her. So I think it's hilarious. So I told my mom about it, and this was before my mom even had Wi-Fi. So I set my tablet up at the window so I could pull it up and show it. This is when my mom could still see a little bit. And I said, "Mama, will you please let's do that. We'll have to practice." I said, "But please." And my sister said, "You can't, no, no." And I said, "Mama, please." I think it would be hilarious. And Mama finally said, "I guess, Patty." And I said, "Okay, so next time I come in, we're going to practice." Well, we hadn't done it. But anyway, I keep saying, but you know, there's been such, I keep saying I'm going to try to, because she says, my sister, one of the people, "Why do you let her do you like that?" She said, "If it has shut her up, I'll do it if it'll shut her up." You know what I mean? That's what I say. I poke fun at my mom at my mom's expense, but I do it with all the kindness and love. And um, you know, I mean, hell, if you can't, there's enough reasons in life to be sad and pissy. I mean, I try to find a reason to laugh and to, you know what I mean, go through life being serious all the time. And I mean, I'm serious when I have to be, but you know. Oh, thank you, Nikki. What size do you wear? You wear 7.5, 8 shoe? Oh, because I have some lots of shoes you can. I even listed like my black pair and these ones. Because these ones, I mean, they've only been worn maybe once. Uh, I even listed them on Marketplace after I couldn't find anybody in my family to take them. I even listed them on Marketplace, and I think I asked like $5 a pair because I mean I paid a lot more than that for them. Didn't even get a hit, and I like left it up there for a couple of weeks, and I thought, "Oh, I'll just get, you know, I'll find somebody that can wear them." So they're going to dry rot if I don't find somebody to take them pretty soon. That was me, Patricia Freeman. He was talking about my bush and my vajayjay. Yes, that was me he was talking about. Oh, you're in the UK? Okay. Okay. I've never mailed anything internationally, but I sure order stuff internationally. You know, I ordered some. Let me show you guys this. I think it's right. I used this chameleon stuff in my resin art pieces, and I ordered some, and some of it I don't know where it come from, but it come from overseas. But I don't know if you guys can see. Turn my camera, my light on. It's a show. I got some keychains I got to make, but these. Let me see if you guys can see. Look how beautiful. That's a blue. Let me see. Oh my. Hold on, you guys. Okay, maybe you can see then. This one. Look at that. Isn't that freaking beautiful? And then that one's aquamarine, and this one's called peacock chameleon. This is probably my fave. Well, you can't really see it's got like all green, turquoise. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Can't really see this one. And this one's called dark matter. It's all these are chameleons, but purple is one of my favorites. I love to do stuff with purple. That's one. But anyway, and then this one's called boogie board. I love the names of these, but this one's kind of like got a green tone. But the lady from she sent me this, and there's a purple. These were like just free for ordering, I guess. But this is let me see if I can get it. They're like neon. I'll show you what I did. Hold on. So this is one of the keychains I'm working on. Let me change the. Oops. Hold on. You can't capture how pretty these things are. Honestly, you have to kind of like see them in person, but it's hard to capture. But this is the dark matters. This is one of the keychains I'm working on, and then this I just wanted to see what the colors look like, so I did a piece. So this color, it's looks in real life, it looks kind of like neon. It's like a neon, but let me see a P, and then I did the other. But let me show you. This is a T. Oh, and then this one, I forgot about it. So I have this product that's it's called a color shift. I've got lots of, so it's a color shift. It's white, okay, but when you the sun or whatever, when you shift it, yeah, I do. I have a little business that's called All the Things because I can't just commit to doing tumblers and stuff like that. I have to do it all, try to do it all. But anyway, I have this it shifts. So when you get in the sun or whatever, it shows. So this one is a lavender violet. It's white, but whenever you shift it, it has a purple tint to it. So I did these, and you really, honestly, you just can't see it. See, that doesn't have the color shift in it, but I did this J, and it's got the color shift. So it's got the chameleon colors, but if you shift when you get in the light or whatever, the white is actually a violet color shift, and they have it that color shifts blue, red, different ones that show that a color shift. So yeah, I do, girl. I do coasters. I paint. And listen, I've never been a crafty person. Never did I think that I was crafty. I've always admired and looked at stuff like that, but I started watching these videos and stuff, and really never been in a position to where I could dedicate time to it. You know what I mean? I'm fortunate enough that I don't have to work. I'm very, very fortunate and appreciative of that. Uh, Work outside the home. I work. I just, but so I was able to. My darn hair is driving me crazy. It's dirty. It needs to be washed. But that I can actually experiment and try. So I started doing it, and I fell in love with. And I thought, gosh, girl, shit, bitch, you might be a little crazy, might have a little crafty in you. So I got a late start, and I love to. Uh, I mean, hence all the alcohol ink and all the inks and stuff. Let me see. Yeah, this is a couple of the tumblers I'm doing for her. And I sanded this. This was a tumbler for one of the guys that my husband works for. This was alcohol ink I did on this one, but I got to put in the coat. And then these are, I love these little things. I make rolling trays. I mean, I don't know. That's a big thing right now. Rolling trays, ashtrays. I've got, make ashtrays like this that actually have bottoms in it. But these I love. I put these on the rolling trays. I pour it and I put them on. So the trays are, like with sides on it. So I don't cement these down on it, but they're sitting on there like you put your stash in it. So these are some little, now this one is, let me see what, this one's got 2 or 3 colors in it, but this was one of my little jars. Got different colors, and it's got the lid you screw down on there. And then this is one of the ashtrays that go with that, same color as the ashtray. And then these are just some little bowls that have some like gripping stuff. And then this is just a shroom. I just love now I'm not particularly crazy about this color, but this one, the only thing I don't like about this shroom is it's not like it's not threaded, you know what I mean? But you can just, I guess, use it, put it on there. But it's heavy. I had another one I just did the other day I like, but so yeah, I can't just you know I'm sure my husband wishes I would pick a couple things and stick to it, but let me show y'all these. I've got some big ones, and I don't know if you guys call it pot holders. It's like these big towels that you can get, and so I do paint. Now these are some coasters that I poured. This is with like paint. This was a brown. It's a brown and blue. Some coasters that I made. But I do the I just went ahead and got my resin on it. But anyway, I do like these towels like this. And you have to use different resin if it's going to be like heat's going to be like a hot pot or something's going to be sitting on it, because there's all kinds of velocity when it comes to dealing with resin. It has to be like you know, approved for 500, 600 degrees. But this is a big one that you can use and put like a hot plate on. Or we call them pot holders. I don't know what other people call them, hot plates or whatever. But I did the paint on that and then I poured. So yeah, I'm sure my husband wishes that I would just pick a few things and stay in that lane. And there's some things that I don't. I've tried and I'm not, very good at, but I love doing I go through spurts, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Okay, so I had my hair, I hadn't got it cut, but I got it colored. Um, and I think that the dang product, I've never had this, but I started itching the day that she did the color. I started itching. And when I tell you, I mean, like, there's a few like little bumps, but it, you really, it was weird. It's like just my skin would itch. And I'm not talking about just, it was all over my legs. I just started itching. And I haven't changed laundry detergent. The only thing I can think of is I did I ordered some different resin than I've ever ordered, but it didn't, it don't, I mean, I try to wear, I do, I wear my PP here, my stuff, I wear my mask and, wear glove. I usually wear gloves all the time, unless it's just a little quick, I'm going to dome something. But I've never had, I'm not like I'm not allergic to poison ivy and stuff like that. I've never been a sensitive allergic person. Other things that bother people have never, knock on some wood, never bothered me. But like freaking just itching. And I don't know. I hadn't went to the doctor because listen, I don't know if, oh, she did have the hair. Well, I don't know. And this was something new that she's never used. She had told me, and I need to call her, but I don't want, she's so, the lady that does my hair, she's so nervous about you not being happy. And I don't want to, to make her think, but I know this was a new product, but I know it because what she told me was this: you could put it on your hair and it will lift up to 9 shades. Okay, I have my hair pulls like yellows, and whenever I do something like that, it pulls. So she says this is I don't know what she was talking about, but she said it'll lift it up to 9 shades and it'll be white, because I wanted white, not gray. You know what I mean? I have had it the gray. I wanted it to be white. And she said then we can put some pink or whatever on your tips, whatever you want. But after she colored, I started itching, and I said, we'll do the cut and stuff later. And it's been about a week and a half. And I'm telling you guys, if I think I still not itching near like I was. So your sister did see, I've never had that happen. I have been taking a Benadryl, but the only thing about that is it knocks my dick in the dirt. I get so sleepy. Hey, nonsense. How are you, sugar? I didn't catch your live earlier. I'll have to go back and be part of the replay crew. But so, and my niece said, go to the doctor. And I said, girl, they ain't gonna know what the hell's causing me to itch. If I don't know, they're not gonna, I know they could probably give me some cream or something, but they're not gonna be able to tell me, because hell, I don't know what's making me itch. And it's not like if I keep scratching, like I've got a few spots that I've continued to scratch and I've kind of like made it a dealio, but it wasn't a dealio. It was just like my skin was itching. And I mean, I was like, what the hey? So I've been kind of like trying to, you know, okay, I used that and it didn't make, so I'm taking that away, trying to eliminate what it could be. But I haven't changed laundry, nothing's changed. Except the only thing I can think of is my hair. And if it is the resin that I've been using, it's a delayed reaction, like a week or two delayed reaction. I would think that if I was going to be allergic to the resin, it would have been, within 24 hours, I would think. So, when it started was when she did my hair. So, uh, I'm gonna have to go back up and see what you said about your sister, but uh, so I've been thinking about asking her what. Oh yeah, whoa, okay, it could be my blood pressure medication. Oh, could be. Okay, she would get itchy. Yeah, my head. Yes, And look, I have always been blessed not to have acne. I mean, I would get a bump here and there, but I was scratching my face one day, just scratching, and it was like on the side of my face. So I ended up getting a couple. Never had like sores on my face, you know what I mean? But I had like two pop up, and I thought, what the hell? Like I got scabies or something, you know? I mean, I don't know, but I thought about calling Maggie and asking her what it was. But she's so like she's the kind of she checks up with me after, how's your hair? You liking it? And she's so like she's just very concerned, and I don't want to make her feel bad. I don't want to make her feel bad, but I'm not going to do whatever she did. I am gonna uh not have that done anymore. My husband said, I wish you'd just uh you know, I guess it's kind of got a gray to where it's dirty right now, you can't see, but he said, I like it when it's blonde. And I said, listen, because I have the philosophy about hair like this. There's very few colors my hair hasn't been. I'm this person that will try anything because it's just hair. Generally, it will grow back, and I ain't bit real weird about my cuts or anything. I mean, I'm willing to. I like being a little edgy and racy, and I'm cool. It's just hair. You know what I mean? It eventually come out. I'm not that. I don't get all, oh my God, my hair. I'm not like that. So he said, I like it kind of why. I said, listen, we will do that maybe, but right now I'm not doing nothing else. You've stuck with what it is until you're not, because I'm not going through. I'm taking a little. Hell, I ain't even had it cut yet. I need to have it trimmed so bad, but oh, okay. All right. Right on, girl. Well, I say nonsense that I feel like this live might be a little controversial because I know that Sloppy Molly's mother is actively dying, and, uh, you know, I just feel, it'd be tacky to go with somebody that their mother is actively dying, but we're talking about Sloppy Molly. But what really made me go live was, Booty Boy Maybelline, the Maybelline spokesperson, went live to give everybody an update, and he just, looked so pointedly in the camera and ask for people to be kind and to treat people as you would want to be treated. Yeah, I thought to myself, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, I'm not talking about her mom. Wish, God bless, safe travels and prayers, love, and all that stuff going to them, the family, and her. Not take that out of the equation. She didn't have a problem going at the house of Williams and anybody else the last day, knowing that her mother was actively dying and being as vile as she's been. I mean, it'd probably take a priest to show her some grace. So anyway, I said to people, yeah, if you find this, you know, wrong or that I'm not being sensitive or whatever, I just beg of you to go watch my last video and watch it to the end, because I talk about my dad passing away and all that, and I hopefully that will show you who I am, and I'm not a cold Catholic that would do something like this. Oh, you're so welcome, Mimi. 0518. Oh, anytime I can, I don't mind helping. Oh, thank you, Christy. Oh yeah, look, there's an old saying about things, but once you go short, you'll never go back. So, and especially, I don't know, I have never been able to have long hair. Like my hair would get shoulder length, and for whatever reason, I felt like it kind of like got my hair's thick and it grows fast, but it never. I don't know. I don't look full or flowing. So I've always had it shoulder length or what. But the reason I ever got it cut short, my ex-husband was a son of a bitch. And he would always tell me, you don't ever cut your hair short. And I know a lot of men like long hair, but he was like, you know, butch people wear short, shit, always saying derogatory crap. Oh my God, what a piece of work he was. You hear me? And didn't want me to eat bacon because he said my hoo-hoo would smell like bacon. Yeah, woo. Anyway, anywho, he was, and I stayed a lot longer than I would have, but he had a daughter that was handicapped, and I just, you know what I mean? I stayed because of her. But anywho, she had been to visit us. We were living up north and she lives in Texas, and she had been for the summer, and he was flying back to take her. And I knew that as soon as this summer visitation was over, I was done. So while he was gone, he went to visit his mom and wife. I went, and when I tell you guys, I had it cut short. It was bleach blonde, and it was short. I'll try to remember to post some pictures. I got it cut. And when I picked him up from the airport, I was leaning against a big, I was down at the baggage area, and I was leaning against a big column, and I was leaning there waiting, and I saw him long before he saw me. And he just walked right past me. And I said, "Hey," and my voice is the voice that you may talk to me on the phone and not ever meet me, but if you see me somewhere and you hear me talk, you're gonna know it's me. It's that I have that voice, you know what I mean? And I said, "Hey," and he turned around, and when he saw me, he like, "What the?" And he got so mad immediately. And when we ended up getting in the car, I said, "Here's your sign. I'm gonna drop you off, and then I'm leaving," and that's how we do. So anyway, once I cut it short like that, I haven't let it grow. I mean, it's grown out a little bit, but I'll never go back to not having it short. And they say the older you get, anyway. You know what I mean? All right, you guys. I guess I will get off of here. I need to go get. We're doing leftovers, so I'm hungry. It's 10 till 5 here. My husband, he gets up at 3 and goes to work early. So, when he left this morning, I was starving Marvin. I said, "God, I'm so freaking hungry." And I thought about biscuit and some figs and a scrambled egg, but I was too lazy to do that. So I had a big old bag of boiled peanuts in the refrigerator. And so I ate just about that whole bag. It was not a gallon, it was like a quart. So I ate almost all of those peanuts. And then I needed something, they were salty. I needed something to counterbalance that. And I had baked a sweet potato in my air fryer last night. So I got one and I split it open. I put me some butter and a little brown sugar on it, and I ate that to counterbalance the salty peanuts. So anywho, that's all I've had today. I'm getting hungry. But anyway, I'm going to see my mom on Monday. So I will absolutely, Safari Dream, tell her absolutely. Thank you for always being so sweet. And hey, not for nothing. I saw somebody typing there for her. How are you, babe? Anybody that I didn't get to speak to, welcome. Thank you for coming in. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Happy Friday to everybody. And I might have a cocktail and smoke me a left-handed cigarette since I'm not live now. But anyway, love you guys, and I'll see y'all in the streets. Bye. I hope y'all have a good weekend.